die-hard sports fans like you. Hosted by a guy who's borderline obsessed with the wins and losses of all your favorite teams.
He's crazy.
Every weekday morning from 9 to noon, Ben Bosscher brings you the talk that matters. The teams, the stories, and the players you care about most. This is the Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair.
Remember that. Hello, and welcome into the Ben Bosscher Show, everybody. Happy Thursday. What do we always say? Thursday's new Friday, so welcome into the weekend. Thank you for letting us be a part of your morning.
What it do, baby? Yeah.
Right. We got a lot to get to today. I want to talk a little Bryce Underwood a little bit later on in the show. I'm starting to buy the hype. I'll tell you why. In the 10 o'clock hour. We'll continue our division preview series as well. Today, we're going to do the NFC North. Give you the over-under on each team, where Kyle and I stand. Let's start here, though. Let's just do something fun here to open up the show. Yesterday night, the NFL announces the Pro Bowl is no more. We're done with it. The Pro Bowl no longer exists. It is being decommissioned. They will recognize these Pro Bowl caliber players in some other way other than the Pro Bowl games, because as we all know, the Pro Bowl games have become insufferable. We've got guys like Tyler Huntley making Pro Bowls. You want to guess how many yards Tyler Huntley had when he made a Pro Bowl game on the season? You want to take a stab at it?
Can't be many.
Just take a stab.
I don't know. 2,000?
658. Pro Bowler. Shedeur Sanders last year, 7 to 10 touchdown interception ratio. Nice. Mac Jones, famously a Pro Bowler, his rookie season. Yeah, it's become somewhat of a joke because everybody opts out of it. So the NFL says, you know what? Let's get rid of it. What else should we just get rid of entirely in sports? I came up with a list of 31 things that we can get rid of. I don't know if we'll get to all of them, Kyle. But I certainly have a few things that I think I'm fine with us getting rid of. The same way that the NFL decided, you know what, I don't really know who this Pro Bowl's for. The players don't like it. Nobody watches it anymore. This probably just doesn't need to happen. And we were thinking about this last night. If you would have asked this 10 years ago, we probably would have said a bunch of stuff that actually ended up getting changed. You know, like, oh, you know what? You know what sucks? When pitchers are allowed to step off the mound 9 times in a single at-bat. Oh, we got rid of that. You know what? You know what really sucks? When umpires miss calls. Oh, look at that. We got rid of that too with ABS challenges. There's a lot that has been moved in the past 10 years to progress these games forward. Now it's time to decide what 10 years from now are we going to look back and be like, how did we not get rid of that sooner? You know? So I came up with a list of 32 things. I guess the first one is Pro Bowl, so 31 things. Pro Bowl, number one thing to get rid of. Number 2, things to get rid of in sports. I just wrote down Pat McAfee. That was the first thing I came up with. I'm good on all Pat McAfee content. As soon as he released a rap album, that's when I was like, yeah, this has probably gone too far. Do you think he'll perform any of his songs on College Game Day? Because I'd say that's almost a guarantee at this point. At some point throughout the season, he's going to be performing a song on College Game Day.
He for sure will. I heard that, you know, ESPN is getting rid of the bottom ticker of all the sports, you know, like that has like the scores and everything. I heard that they're just going to put Pat McAfee lyrics there instead now.
It's like a little, like a mini music video at the bottom.
Yeah, incredibly small.
That was the first thing. Second thing, reviews over 30 seconds. If I was the commissioner of all sports, the sports czar, as Bill Simmons calls it, I would step in and be like, football, basketball, whatever it is, 30 seconds review max, and if you can't figure it out in 30 seconds, the call stands. We are no longer doing 2-minute, 5-minute reviews, sitting and watching. It's the worst in football. Oh, let's just watch 12 different angles of the same play 9 times each, and by the end of it, we'll be even more confused on what the actual call should be because it doesn't make sense. 30 seconds max. Look at it a couple times, move on. I can't believe how long some of these replays take just for them to not have any sort of change in the call. That's maybe my biggest pet peeve.
That's a really good one. I think everyone has their own idea of how like replays and reviews should be fixed. I actually decided that what I would do, and yours makes sense too, I would just get rid of instant replays on non-reviewed plays. Like
for the broadcast?
For the broadcast, in-house, anything. An instant replay should never be shown unless the play is like challenged or it is being reviewed. It should never be shown.
What if someone makes like a crazy catch though?
You get what I mean. Like an instant replay for like, oh, was this inbounds or not? Get rid of it.
Here's the only issue with that. Those will come out after the broadcast, and then because honestly, I thought about debating just get rid of all reviews in general. You can't go review anything.
But I do like reviews to a certain extent.
Why would we not show replay then?
The
issue is
this is what I'm saying though. Like baseball has added a challenge in the last so many years. You know, if 10 years ago we'd have been like, how can you not challenge in baseball? You know, how come Armando Galarraga's perfect game is not a perfect game?
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I saw that clip, and then I saw someone making the argument that Miggy never should have left first base. And then I watched it again. I was like, oh, that's totally correct.
Yeah, but he was out.
I know, but like he could have been for sure out if
he
Miggy
was
just,
for sure out.
I know, but he could have been like actually out if Miggy just stayed at first base.
We're not blaming Cabrera for this,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Miggy,
but that's what I'm
a little bit on Miguel.
Going back to the review thing. Like that's why I'm not out on banning just reviews entirely, because for situations like that. Now, when it's at the end of a basketball game, and like they zoom into the pixels that you can't even really see, and it's like, oh, who did it go off of?
Who did it tip?
It's like, maybe it went off of him, maybe it went off like you can't even tell. The replay makes it worse.
Yeah. Or hey, did he catch this ball? It's like, I don't know, man. I have no idea what a catch is. I've been watching football my whole life, and I have no idea what actually constitutes as a catch.
That's one of the things I put in here was just, what is a catch? Get rid of whatever we have now. Let's restart. Let's reset it.
Tear it down to the studs.
Let's do the brain wipe of what is a catch. Whatever currently everyone has always thought, get rid of it, and let's restart and reassess what a catch is. Because it's the most subjective thing of all time.
That really could be one.
Did he do a football move with 2 steps, but the 3rd step came before the football move? But wait, he didn't turn his body and shift it, but he tucked it.
But the ball hit the ground, but he still had possession and control of it.
But his hand was kind of under it, and it wasn't wiggling. Like, it's the dumbest rule ever.
That is one where I think if there was no replay and it was just based on the referee's initial perspective, and like if you could just get rid of any single angle from a camera or video, I think that would be better. The problem is it's just impossible to get rid of everybody's camera.
Right.
But yeah, the catch thing is out of control. All right, the next one I have, things to get rid of. Flagrant ones in the NBA. There should just be a flagrant that gets you kicked out of a game, and that's it. There shouldn't be a flagrant 1, flagrant 2, because that maybe is the number one thing that pisses me off the most during an NBA game, when it's like, hey, let's go to the replay monitor now and review whether or not this is on purpose or not. Let's go review whether this is how do they verb it in the NBA?
If it had ill intent or whatever.
Yeah. What are we talking? And then we got to go sit and look at this play that's clearly just a basketball play, a hard foul for 5 minutes, and whether or not he did it intentionally or not. No. Just there's fouls and then there's a flagrant. A flagrant gets you thrown out of the game. You don't need to review it for 5 minutes whether or not it's a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2 and what subjects something to be a 1 or 2. It's just either a foul or a flagrant, and I don't think we should ever use replay to determine that. That should just be up to the referee. It's like, hey, did that look intentional? Okay, if it did, throw him out of the game. If it didn't, then let's just keep playing. There's no need to stop the game and go make sure it wasn't intentional, because you're never going to get inside of these players' heads to actually know if it was intentional or not. So look at the replay to decide. That's my biggest pet peeve while watching the NBA. I also wrote down
ejection
flopping.
Or not.
Yeah.
Flopping, like you can't really get rid of flopping. Right?
I wrote it down. I wrote down get rid of things to get rid of.
True,
flopping.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think anybody likes flopping. I don't know how you like police that. But if we're just talking things to get rid of in sports,
yeah, that would be sick if it was gone. I agree.
Flopping. I wrote down the Big 12 and ACC. We don't need these conferences anymore. If you want to join the Big 10 or SEC, you're more than welcome to. But I don't.
What about all the other ones?
Oh, we for sure don't need them.
But what do? They can't join the
Go
Big
make
10
your
and
own
SEC.
playoffs. I've been on this train
but those
for a while.
conferences can still exist and just for a different goal, right?
Like mid-majors?
Yeah, a group of 5 championship.
Yeah, this is something I've been on board with for a long time.
Feel this way.
There should be another national championship for a team like CMU or Western or whoever to contend for, because in no world can Central Michigan ever win a national championship, and it's impossible. All these group of 5 teams that make the playoffs, it's like, what are we doing? They're like sacrificial lambs. They're here to get embarrassed by the actual contenders. Let them go compete for an actual national championship for something that they can actually contend for.
Like Ferris does every year.
Correct.
See, I just even went more grand scheme. I just said get rid of the NCAA.
I think I wrote that down somewhere.
Get rid of it as a whole.
I wrote down the wave. The wave is distracting.
The wave.
The wave, yeah.
The thing they've been doing at every sporting event literally forever.
Yeah, so here's my only issue with the wave.
Why do you dislike the wave?
The reason I dislike the wave is because it's impossible to not do, right? If the wave is coming to you, you almost feel obligated to do it, and if you don't, you're like a party pooper. Guess what? Now you got to start paying attention.
Is it that hard to do the wave?
Now you got to start paying attention to where the wave is. Then you got to do the stand-up thing. I'm just trying to watch the game, man, because I'm in the minority. When I go to a sporting event, I'm there to watch the game, and I feel like that's getting less, like that's a decreasing amount of people on a year-to-year basis. Most people are just going for social aspects, which is fine. Like, I'm not telling you why you can and can't go to games, but the wave, I'd get rid of that if I was the sports czar.
Okay. This doesn't help the Ben Hates Fun Foundation here.
You know, I really thought about putting the Little League World Series on here. I really did.
Get
but I
rid of it?
I didn't.
You don't
I didn't
feel
write
that
it down.
harsh about it.
I didn't write it down.
I say you can dislike it. Get rid of it would be crazy.
I just don't get it. I just don't get why people
it.
turn it on or like, I can't wait to see who wins this. Bunch of 12-year-olds. Okay. All right. I wrote down honorary all-stars, like basically Justin Verlander all-star nods. What was the point of that?
And honestly, we're going to start to get rid of some of those in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Now that the Pro Bowl's been out.
Well, that's why we're doing this entire topic. The NFL already said there was no substitutions. If you get named a Pro Bowl, even though there's no Pro Bowl
games, it will actually
games,
mean something now.
It will actually mean something, even though it's kind of been wrecked already and the damage has already been done.
But the Justin Verlander, the Miguel Cabrera all-star nod, when those guys are in their final year, you don't like that?
No.
D-Wade and Dirk got it their final year in the NBA.
What are we doing? No. We do not need these guys in the – you got to move on. You got to move forward. Find your next stars. We don't need to – the Justin Verlander one is insane. I got a bunch more things we should get rid of in sports when we come back. Some more controversial ones at the end. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here and 100.9 The Mitt, Thursday show here on the station. And the show, as always, is brought to you by Bryce Siding and Building Repair. Protect your home with Bryce Siding and Building Repair, the experts who do the job right the first time. Whether you have a leaky roof, storm damage, siding looking tired, Bryce has you covered. Locally owned, trusted, and dedicated to keeping Midland area homes safe and looking sharp. Quality materials, skilled craftsmanship, and service that puts your family first. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Bryce Siding and Building Repair today and keep your home strong for years to come. The 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by Iron Stack Technology. They help businesses solve real tech problems securely, efficiently, and without the headache. When your IT is working the way it should, everything else gets easier. Iron Stack Technology, solution-driven, mission-focused. Check them out online at ironstacktechnology.com. Text in, what would you get rid of in sports? The only thing I ask, you can text in whatever you want, but I'll tell you right now, we're not reading anything political. Save that for somewhere else. We're not doing it here. You know what I mean. Ben Bosscher Show live here on the Mitt, 989-837-6125. What would you get rid of in sports? I'll give you more when we come back.
Show built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, things to get rid of in sports. I just thought of another one while we were at break, Kyle. Can we get rid of, and we'll get to the Mint messages here in a second too. Can we get rid of the committee, the college football playoff committee? If this is just going to be a sport where players get paid and we're fitting as many teams into the playoffs as possible, I don't think the committee serves a purpose anymore. If we're putting 24 teams in, why is this not just based on standings?
It's a really good one. Why are we just letting, like, the whole purpose of the college football playoff when it was 4 teams, I kind of respected it, but now it does just feel like they just want to squeeze in the teams that they prefer in kind of thing. So why are we letting this random group of people that changes on a yearly basis, by the way, select who it is? That's fair. It's funny that a lot of mine that I wrote down, it feels like a lot of yours so far, all stem from college sports. You know, most of mine are college sports related, which just exactly speaks to what's going on in the sport as a whole right now.
Yeah.
I got to read this funny YouTube chat, by the way, from RP, because this is so good. Getting rid of the wave is like the old people at the Michigan games complaining about loud music during timeouts or people standing too much.
Wait, say that one more time?
Getting rid of the wave is like the old people at the Michigan game complaining about loud music during timeouts or people standing too much. Wow, so Ben is like an old person.
In a lot of ways, in some ways.
Oh, quit doing the wave. Sit down and watch the game.
The shirtless guys, the guys who take their shirts off and wave it around like a towel. I'm probably set on that as well. Another one that I wrote down. New kickoff rules. Safety, schmafety. Let's just go back to the old stuff. The problem with the new kickoff rules and how easy it is to just get to the 35-yard line is that these kickers are so good at kicking field goals now that when you put it on the 35-yard line, you need like 1 or 2 first downs and you're in field goal range. And also, when you're starting that far onto the field, it ends up like dropping the total offense. Like there's going to be way less passers that get to 4,000 yards because of like, hey, 4 times a game, you're going to start at the 35 rather than the 25 or the 35 rather, and it just like adds up throughout the course of a season.
Yeah.
So I'd get rid of the new kickoff rules. Here's a good one. Things to get rid of. Spoiling the draft on Twitter for the insiders.
This is a good one.
Whether it's the NBA or the like whatever draft.
Both of them.
Schefter, Rappaport, Shams tweeting out the picks before they happen live on TV. Like nobody's asking for that. There's not a single person that's asking for that to happen.
All it does is ruin things. Like there's no positive element to it.
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah, I made a joke that during our fantasy football draft that someone should be the Sean or the Schefter of the draft. They should
just spoil everything.
Tweet out the pick like 10 seconds before every pick. Yeah, that one. See, that's because a lot of these are rules based one. That one's just a more grand scheme sports one.
I was trying to think of as many like grand scheme ones, niche ones as I could, rather than just rules. You got another?
Yeah, I have plenty. I'll rip off some rules ones really quick. Just all of my like in-game rules ones that I think are pretty good. Why do we still do the 1 foot inbounds as a catch in college football?
Oh, I liked it. I thought about this rule, but I like it.
I just don't get it. These guys have aspirations to play in the NFL. Like they always try to get 2 feet in too. It's such a huge difference. Like
it's an enormous difference.
It is an immense difference getting 1 or 2 foot in. I've never understood why they don't just do 2.
I like it because it's simply. It's like once you get to the big leagues, once you get to the NFL, it becomes a little bit harder. Like same thing with you can't get back up if you fall down in college football. Like I like that there's a significant difference in the sport.
I mean, I guess I don't hate that. Flags that happen 2+ seconds after a play is over.
Ooh, yeah. When the refs have to like talk about it.
It should legit be if there has been 1, maybe even 1 second, but 2 seconds after the whistles are blown, the flags cannot come out.
You're not a fan of when the referees have a meeting to discuss whether or not a flag should come out?
It's the biggest reason why people think the NFL is rigged is that a whole entire play can happen, and then 5 seconds afterwards, a flag can be thrown and be like, oh, never mind, bring it back. Well, that's not fun.
Since you're talking about NFL referees, can I jump in and do the ridiculous taunting ones? Like,
for sure.
Like how they can't do the slime down anymore. Amon-Ra, they yelled at Amon-Ra for picking his nose. Like really?
Same with J-Mo.
Yeah, for picking his nose.
So stupid.
What are we?
Yeah.
Why?
Let
Who
guys
cares?
celebrate. Celebrating is such a. I just have never understood why any gestures like that are punishments.
Picked his nose. Who cares?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. A couple other rules ones that I have. Well, I already said the instant replays on non-reviews. Get rid of the entire process of like what a first down is. The whole like ball marker / chain gang / first down ruling at all. We've got to redo this. I hate the new thing that they implemented where it's like, oh, the booth told us that it was a first down. It's still all based off of where they place the ball. It's not based off of where the ball got. This should be the simplest thing ever. Why is there not a chip in the ball that tells us how far down the field it got?
Oh,
it's that simple.
See, I wrote down the opposite. I wrote down get rid of electronic measurements for first downs and bring the old chain gang back.
Well, but the reason, like, sure, but the way they do it now is so incorrect because it's all still based off of the placement of the ball.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not based off of actually where it got. We should just be able to know how far the ball got.
I just really miss, and maybe this is like more old guy takes, and maybe the technology is
bringing out the chains.
The bringing out the chains and the anticipation of it being short or past the markers is like one of the best hold your breath moments that you'll get throughout the course of a sports season. It's so good, and I'm so sad that we don't have it anymore.
I got so my couple grand scheme ones. This is
Wait, can I do another rule one?
Sure.
A couple NFL ones. The soft roughing the passers. Let's just get rid of that. It's ridiculous how bad it's gotten. The new overtime rules. I'm in the minority on this. I liked that it was like, hey, if you win the coin toss, you got a chance to go win the game. I get people don't like it because it's like, oh, both teams should have a chance. How about this? Get a stop. Play some defense. Get a stop.
I mean, the coin also just does like have too much power, I think, in the old overtime rules. I was going to put overtime on here, but I just have never known how to fix it. Everyone says they hate the overtime. Okay, what would you do then? I think just the overtime in the NFL in general is just a very difficult thing to try to grasp. Ties, though, are still stupid.
Onside kicks, I'd get rid of those. I like the 4th and 15 or 4th and 17 concept of like,
I hate it.
Way 4th
too
and 20.
Easy.
Okay, what would it have to be? 4th and 20?
I just think it's so, like, why are we trying to let teams get back into games if they've been losing the whole time?
Because I guess onsides have just become impossible to recover. Literally impossible.
Don't be down by 20.
It's fair. I said, what was the other? Oh, there was another rules one I had. Oh, I'll give you a baseball rules one. Intentional walks. Let's get rid of those. You can't intentionally walk anybody anymore.
Ooh, I've never really thought about this.
You got to face Shohei Ohtani.
Okay, but
in the
couldn't
bottom
you just
of the
like
ninth
throw
inning.
4 balls, like, like that could still happen,
Yeah, I guess.
and it would still happen. But the no more like, hey, we're walking him, we're skipping this.
Yeah, I guess you couldn't stop people from just like
Throwing 4 bad pitches. Yeah, it
it's
wouldn't
just
really.
so
It'd
stupid.
be
It's
too
like,
hard to
oh,
police.
Shohei Ohtani's up with the game on the line. Nah, nope, we're missing out on that moment. I would get rid of that.
That's pretty good.
And those are most of the rules one I have.
Okay.
One more college football rules one. Sack yards for a quarterback counting against rushing yards. It's ridiculous. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Agreed. Because and honestly, this is a selfish gambling thing.
Yeah, for sure.
You can never bet on a quarterback's rush yards in college.
Yeah, because if they get sacked, you lose all those yards.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
That is a really good one. Jimmy does say, talking about a football one, he says, get rid of diving from the 7-yard line and the ball clipping the pylon being a touchdown. At least a foot and the entire ball in the end zone should be the only way to score a touchdown.
Oh.
I've kind of liked the pylon thing. I think it just makes it more fun.
No, I think what Jimmy is trying to say, and maybe not, I'm just kind of like stepping in here, is get rid of when people fumble the ball through the back of the end zone.
I don't think that's what he's trying to say.
But that's
sure.
how I'm adjusting it. Of like, don't dive unless you know you can get it in without fumbling it, because there's nothing worse.
Because you do lose it the second that it hits the pylon, but there's a touchdown.
Nothing worse than fumbling through the back of the end zone, because you go from 6 points to the other team having the ball. It's the worst thing ever.
Okay, here's my grand scheme ones. First off, let's just get rid of bad guys. Why is there so many bad guys allowed to stay in sports? If a guy does something horrendous, he just should no longer be allowed to play, own, coach, whatever it is. I've never understood why.
You'd have to get rid of every owner.
Well, of course, but I just, why is this such a normal thing in sports?
Yeah.
Let's get rid of all of them.
The Browns would have to get rid of their entire team, basically.
Right, of course. I already said get rid of the NCAA. Why don't we just get rid of all of All-Star Weekend in the NBA now that the NFL has done it first? Of course, the NFL had to do it. Let's get rid of all of it. Get rid of dunk contests. Get rid of all of it. Here's my one that I am most passionate about. It seems like we are trending this way, but you never know with college sports. If you're not in college anymore, you can't play.
Yeah, let's get rid of that.
If you aren't taking classes, why are you playing for the college team?
Yeah, there's like
it seems pretty simple.
A lot of people. There was a quarterback. I read. I forget. I'm drawing a blank on who it was. Who's registered for 0 classes this upcoming. He has an internship. That's it. With like a golf out course.
I think it was Sellers, right? Or
no,
it was no, it was the Lagway. I think DJ Lagway.
I don't even know where he's playing.
I mean, like Carson Beck didn't take classes for the last 2.5 years of his college career.
Yeah, you got to actually go to college.
You play for the college team, man. Be a student athlete. You're not just athlete. That one is a huge one to me. Get rid of NFL playoff realignment. I've never gotten this. You can't fill out a bracket for the NFL playoffs.
What?
Get rid of the realignment. How every round it changes. It should just be like, oh, that team faces that team. That team. If a team has a big time upset, then it should just keep going.
I think the NFL season is such a grind that the 1 seed should be rewarded with whoever the worst team is left. You're just getting them, and that's how it's going to be throughout the.
But
entire
they won a game. Like, are they really the worst team if they won? You know.
Usually those teams don't win though. That's the thing.
Lions.
I wrote down clearing the benches without fighting.
Someone said that too. The bullpen guys coming out.
If you leave the dugout or the bullpen, you have to fight. And would it absolutely limit the amount of people?
You have to fight.
Would it probably mostly eliminate people running out of the bullpen? Yeah, but there's nothing worse than the bench is clear and everyone just ends up talking at home plate. So why do you even come out here then? If you come out of the bullpen or the dugout, you have to fight. I would get rid of that.
That's a good one.
I'd get rid of coaches leaving in the midst of a season, like in college athletics. Not allowed to do that anymore if it was up to me.
Yeah, but they can still be fired in the middle of a season?
Yes.
Yes. I have one more grand scheme one, then I'm done.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm actually the most passionate about.
Okay.
Because we've been talking about this week with Deshaun Watson. Non-guaranteed contracts. I think the NBA does it perfectly. You should be forced to not have idiots in your front office. Don't give out crazy money then because all of it's guaranteed. The NBA, for the most part, 98% of the contracts are fully guaranteed. You've got the weird Duncan Robinson contract with the Pistons this past season. And I've just always thought, why aren't all NFL contracts fully guaranteed? They should all be. Because it forces you to not hire idiots. It forces you to hire smart people in your front office. Because if you give out a bad contract, you should be punished for it. You shouldn't be able to get out of it as easy as everyone does. I got to stop fiend.
Yeah. Let's get to that. The NFL is just tough because there's only 17 games, and if someone gets hurt, I guess guaranteed money wouldn't be the worst thing, but there's just such a potential injury risk that I don't think the owners would ever go for it.
That's fair.
All right, I got a couple more, but we can save them for a little bit later on in the show. Get to our Mint messages as well. 989-837-6125. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mint. We're going over things we would get rid of in sports. Quick shout out to Eastman Party Store, your one-stop shop for everything you need before this weekend hits. Whether you're grabbing cold drinks, snacks for the game, or realizing last minute that you do need ice, Eastman Party Store has you covered. Heading to a tailgate, house party, or just sitting on the couch tonight, make it easy on yourself. Swing by Eastman Party Store, get in, get out, and get on with your night. That is Eastman Party Store, your one-stop shop. Great selection and always clutch when you need it most.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bryce Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mint. built by Bryce Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
I had a couple more. We got some good texts as well. So you guys are killing it. We'll keep this thing going.
This is going awesome.
What would you get rid of in sports in honor of the NFL decommissioning the Pro Bowl? That's no longer a thing. The one other one that I had, Kyle, was athletes with gambling deal partnerships. What are we doing?
Feels
here?
like an obvious one.
Obvious one, yet all the big time Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Giannis, all these guys are partners with sports books. It's ridiculous.
Here's what I'll say. I don't know if I'm not like backing them. Should the leagues be allowed to have the partnerships and the players can't? Like, is it kind of hypothetical there or hypocritical? I don't know why I said hypothetical.
I would get rid of rivalry jerseys.
What? It's a brand new thing.
Yeah, I'm good. Most of them are weird.
Got it.
I'd get rid of 10 regular season games in the NBA. Kind of an obvious one. Ooh, here's a good one. I'd get rid of golf dress codes. What if you were just allowed to wear whatever you wanted to golf on the PGA Tour? And then it created a real controversy between the people that stuck to tradition and all the people that wanted to wear khakis and polo or golf pants and polo. And then there was like basically 3 guys who were like, I'm showing up wearing a tank top. Those guys would be hated. It'd be so funny.
They would
way
be
more
hated.
people
They would
would
be so hated.
They'd be for sure. I think it'd lead to more people watching though.
I don't think they have an issue with people watching though, you know.
I hate, what else do I want to get rid of? Oh, fights that start at 9 p.m. Why do these things have to start so late? Start them at 8.
They're making progress towards it, right?
It's still ridiculous.
It's better than it used to be. It's because I think they want to be the only thing on TV. You know, like that I think was always the play.
I would get rid of like 8-man shows, like Sunday Night Football, how there's like 9 people making the pick.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is insane.
Yeah, turn on Get Up right now, and you'll have 12 people sitting at the desk.
Rules analysts, those guys, I'm convinced I'll give it to them. They know every rule in the book, but if they're not the ones making the decision, then what's the
don't really
point of
care.
talking
Yeah,
to them?
like Gary said that earlier. Get rid of Gene Steratore.
Yeah. They're not the ones making the decision.
Yeah.
So who cares?
It's nice to know. Like, I guess I'll give them that. It's nice to know the rules. Like, oh, I didn't know that. But then the refs didn't know it either because they get it wrong.
I'd get rid of block charge reviews. It's like impossible to tell in the NBA. People aren't going to like this one. God bless America in the 7th inning in the middle of baseball games is weird. I don't know why we stop the game in the middle of the game. It's just like a weird pause in the game. I don't know if I get it.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Man, I thought you said no political ones, Ben. Jeez.
Is that political? I guess it might
certainly
be.
is.
I like the song. It's just weird that we have to stop the game in the middle of it. Let's get to some texts here. 989-837-6125. Patrick says, this is a weird one, but in the NFL, division championship should be based on division record. So you could win the division with 4 regular season wins if you went 4-2.
Fun idea. I think it would be a terrible idea, though. But that's pretty. Actually, that would be pretty funny.
Not bad.
That's not bad. I never thought of that. It's a kind of a fun one.
It makes divisions matter more.
Way more. They already matter a good amount, but like, yeah.
Sorry. Justin said ghost runner on second base in extra innings. I thought we liked that rule. I like that rule. Maybe I would get rid of it in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it should come into play. What did we say? Like the 12th inning or the 11th inning in the playoffs?
Yeah. Okay. So no ghost runner for the first 3 innings.
And it's like, okay, if you get 3 innings in, then it's like, all right, let's add a guy.
I just don't think there's any point for
because they don't have it in the
game
playoffs.
season.
Yeah,
they don't.
No.
Oh, you're right. I just don't think there's a point to not like. You should have it for 162 games in the regular season.
Yeah.
You know, there's no point in playing.
But I will say, I've
games.
never been a fan. Like, I'm happy that the NFL changed it with their overtime. I hate when rules are different for the regular season and the playoffs. I get it. It's to save time, but like, they should just stay the same.
Josh says NFL overtime rules should have college rules, but they start at the 50.
A lot of people feel this way.
So basically, you have to. What would that be?
The issue is every team could just kick a field goal right from there.
That'd be a 67-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Not every team.
No, I know.
I don't think the Lions
But
do.
also, like, the whole purpose of overtime, the way the NFL does it, is to make it not long. Does that speed up overtime? I don't think it does at all, right?
I don't think it does. No. TJ said the Pro Bowl. They just did that. Chris said Ohio State. Not bad.
Someone said that on YouTube earlier, too.
Extra steps in the NBA. Yeah, it's gotten a little out of hand.
I don't know, man. I'm a big gather step fan. I'm a big fan of the hop step and the gather step, so that I'll stay out of this.
I like being in the post and like stepping through and then going up and under. It's kind of an extra step. So yeah, I'm gonna stay out of this one as well. The NFL new kickoff rules. Yep. Someone just said Joe Buck. I think Joe Buck has come along.
I used to
as a
dislike Joe
pretty
Buck.
awesome guy.
I think I really just disliked Joe Buck because him and Aikman loved Rodgers so much. So that's why I always had an epiphany for them. But yeah, I don't mind him as much.
I said get rid of onside kicks. Sawyer just said stop forcing teams to announce onside kicks.
Yeah, see, I agree with that.
But there's no way to do it right now with the way the current kickoff rules are set up.
They just got to change the kickoff rules. Yeah.
NIL. I'm not getting rid of NIL.
Nah, we can't get rid of NIL.
The problem is we had no plan. The NCAA had no plan when they allowed NIL.
Well, the NCAA didn't want it. It was, surprise, surprise, it was a court ruling. And they were forced to do it. And then they didn't have any rules in place. Ryan in our YouTube chat, by the way, has some people talking about this one. Get rid of the draft lottery. Worst team just gets the number one pick. More teams in the NBA have made the play-in and got the number one pick than the actual worst team in the league in the past decade. He's saying get rid of it in all of
brother.
Get rid of it in MLB, NHL.
No, you do not want this, brother. I promise you. The amount of tanking that would happen at the end of these seasons would be diabolical if there was no lottery.
And RP saying, well, it feels like they can easily cheat and give teams special treatment via the lottery.
There's been a couple instances.
It takes the rigging out of it if you are a believer in that.
Ken says TV timeouts. I mean, if we're talking things that we would just get rid of,
sure.
And there's no like
that would never actually happen, you know.
Hey, I'd get rid of them too.
What runs sports? The TV deals.
The TV deals.
Interviews with managers during the game, Gary says.
With the baseball managers?
The in-game interviews?
Yeah. You know what would piss me off is if AJ Hinch was being pulled to do an interview in the middle of a game. I don't mind it from the players though, I'm not going to lie. Got another person that said bench clearing brawls. If you don't like it, you got to duke it out. 10-second runoff rule in football, yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Still traumatized.
I've understood why it's a rule, but yeah, it still sucks.
Umpires checking the pitcher's glove between innings. I feel like that's.
Does that like
do any harm?
Yeah, is that like a big issue? It's pretty quick. It doesn't like take any extra time or anything. Gary, another good one, man. 2 Monday Night Football games where the second one starts at 10 p.m.
Yes.
Another TV thing, but
yes.
Yeah, great one.
All right, 989-837-6125. We'll circle back later on in the show. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. We'll hit the news when we come back here on the show. Hey, summers in Michigan, they can be brutal, and the last thing you want is for your AC unit to quit on you when it's freezing outside. That's where Answer Heating and Cooling comes in. They get your AC units, your furnaces running efficiently so you can stay warm all year long. You don't end up wearing sweaters, a ton of them in the winter. You don't end up having 10 fans on in the summer. It's perfect. Fast, professional, reliable. That's Answer Heating and Cooling, keeping Midland homes cozy all year long.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bryce Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt. Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
We really did just do a Friday topic here on a Thursday.
You know what they say?
Thursday's new Friday, man. So what are we going to talk about tomorrow? Probably Tarek Skubal. Probably just going to fall back into that trap. Maybe some Lions ahead of their third preseason game. Until then.
What about the Tigers?
You mean the dead guys?
Oh, yep.
Those guys? Let's hit the news.
The Mets Morning Catch.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey,
Hey.
I guess we can talk about the Tigers in the news at least, huh?
Okay.
This would be a good time. Hey, if you haven't heard, the Tigers put up 0 runs yesterday. They get blanked in the series finale with the Rays losing 3-0. Troy Melton had a pretty fine outing. He went 7 innings for the Tigers, giving up 3 runs on 7 hits. But the offense was just not there at all. Freddie Peralta, who we had mentioned, has been pretty bad, not just for the Rays, but pretty bad all year in general. Well, he looked like the Freddie Peralta of old yesterday against the Tigers. Detroit only has 2 hits yesterday.
And one of them was from Brett Callahan.
Yep, one of them was Brett Callahan. So pretty bad game for the Tigers. And they lose the series.
I just don't think they have any juice left, man.
Yeah. As far as the standings go, they're now 62-71, 8 games back in the American League Central. They are 5.5 games back in the wild card race, which is the lowest they've been in quite some time now. You've got all these teams ahead of them. Cleveland won their 7th game in a row yesterday, by the way. So Texas is 2 games back. Baltimore's 2.5 games back. Toronto's 3 games back. Seattle and Minnesota are 4 games back before you find the Tigers 5.5 games back.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this one's over. It's probably over. But there 29 left. Can't come soon enough, man.
But as you mentioned, they get to play the Dodgers tomorrow because they're off today. Tarek Skubal versus the biggest pitching matchup ever. Drew Anderson.
I will blindly be
640.
taking Tarek Skubal's over in strikeouts, no matter what it is.
Have you noticed they moved Kiter Montero to Saturday now? He was supposed to pitch Friday. They moved him to Saturday.
So he's just hurt.
Right. Are they going to move him again? Who really knows?
Why did they do the whole thing and make the point that he's not hurt just to move him back twice? Why else would he not be pitching? Oh,
moved him back like a whole week, too.
Now they're just lying to us.
Yeah. Pretty unbelievable. A fun stat here from Tigers Data. They always have all of these I don't even know if I want to call them fun stats because this one is a bad one. Since 1901, that's right, since 1901, only 2 teams have opened a calendar month 8-3 or better with a plus 40 run differential, then immediately gone 2-10 or worse in their next 12 games.
How do you find that out?
I don't know. The 2026 Tigers and the 2017 Yankees. Yeah, so basically what they're phrasing here, they posted another graphic too, just of how unstable the Tigers are. They are just the most streaky and inconsistent team in all of baseball, and one of the most inconsistent we've seen like in the last several years of baseball. Pretty bad stuff.
Yeah, they torment their fans. You don't know what Tigers team you're getting on a month-to-month basis, which is probably the worst way to watch baseball as a fan.
Yeah.
I'd rather them just be mediocre than show us flashes of the best team, then be the worst team, then be the best team, then be the worst team.
Yeah, but isn't mediocrity the worst spot to be? But it averages out to be mediocre.
I mean, that's where you are regardless.
Still are, yeah.
The way they're doing it just gets fans' hopes up, and then it all comes crashing down.
Taking a look at the Covenant Healthcare Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Injury Report, one of those guys who hasn't been able to contribute to the Tigers is Riley Green. Pretty interesting stuff, too, in a story from the Detroit News yesterday. Basically, they talked to Riley Green, and he said he is not enjoying sitting and just watching as the Tigers slump continues. It's very hard for him to just sit and watch and not be a part of a change in a positive direction.
Me and Riley Green got a lot in common then, because I don't like sitting and watching it either.
That's true. I don't like watching this team. Yesterday's game was such a bad watch.
So bad.
Such a bad watch. In the middle of the day, too. It's like ruining my whole day.
So why do I even... You question why you're even watching.
Really, for real. We've been talking about the NFL eliminating the Pro Bowl games all day. They're still going to name Pro Bowlers, as we mentioned. No substitutions either, so being named a Pro Bowler is actually going to be a positive thing at this point. And the NFL executive vice president, Peter O'Reilly, says, quote, "It's okay to be the first league to walk away from a competitive all-star game." Notice how he quoted that, the first league to walk away, because this has been a conversation across all leagues. We had the conversation with baseball's all-star game and the home run derby this past year. All-star weekend is just bad across all sports, and the NHL had it pretty cool in the last couple of years. But
they're the only ones
that,
that have figured it out.
Right. Outside of that, the NBA's All-Star Weekend has been really, really bad for years and years. And what I appreciate about the NFL is, it doesn't matter. Why do people care so much about this? And they realize it too, and they just get rid of it fully.
You know, I was thinking about this in the NBA, and they would never do this. They'd probably just cancel it. But, like, I don't know if they're going to cancel it. What do you think? How do you think the players would respond if there was open gym live stream? And it was just like, hey, here's the 26 All-Stars or 28 All-Stars. And we've got like 40 cameras and mics set up, but like there's not a single person in the gym. It's just live stream of them hanging out, chatting. They know they're mic'd up. If a pickup game gets started, hell yeah. And you just kind of get to watch and observe them, like, hopefully encouraged to play some pickup hoops. I would love to watch that.
Do you like watching Kai Cenat? Because that's what that sounds like.
No, but there's not like a host to the stream. It's just it'd be like turning on the live feeds of Big Brother. It's like, I just want to see what these guys are doing, what they're chatting about. If they decide to play a pickup game. What if they started to play a pickup game?
What if?
Like, no refs, none of that. It's not for show.
Yeah.
There's no fans. It's just like, no, let's settle this on the court right here. Us three versus you three right now. It'd be sweet.
All right.
A little one-on-one game
really
over there.
Weird idea, yeah.
4-on-4 over here. I don't know.
All right, yeah, whatever. Hey, Eugenio Suarez got DFA'd by the Reds, too.
Nice.
Guy who we wanted on the Tigers the last couple of years. They can go get him right now with his 705 OPS and his 208 batting average, but he does have 19 homers on the season, so
I'm probably good.
he's just a slightly worse version of Torkelson, I guess. All right, that's it for the news.
That's a tough comparison. Never really want to be compared to Torkelson at all. All right, I got some stuff on Bryce Underwood when we come back, because I'm starting to buy into the hype based on some external factors that Michigan has going for them, despite that tough schedule. So that's when we come back. Are you buying the hype on Bryce Underwood here on The Mitt?
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
This is Sports Radio 100.9 The Mitt. WLUN, Pinconning Bay City, Saginaw, Midland.
I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not going to do it. I'm starting to buy some of this Bryce Underwood hype. And I was pretty hesitant to do it throughout a lot of the offseason just because he had some weird quotes. He was posting not like weird videos, but like workout videos that were like, okay, man, like we get it. These are odd. But the more and more I look into this, Jason Beck, their new offensive coordinator, like this guy is legit. This guy has a legitimate reputation of developing quarterbacks. Devin Dampier is the most recent example of which he was at New Mexico with Jason Beck. Then he goes to Utah. And over the course of 3 years together, you see Devin Dampier just continue to get better and better and better and better and better until last year where Utah was one of the best rushing attacks and one of the best offenses in college football. You take it even a step further back. It's like, okay, what else has Jason Beck done here? He's had top 5 rushing attacks in the country at both New Mexico and Utah. Also, is a former quarterback, has been a quarterback's coach in the past. That's his specialty. Syracuse, when he was there as their quarterback's coach, had the second best, and OC had the second best red zone offense in the ACC. Y'all remember Bryce Perkins? He had a little stint with the Panthers in the NFL. While he was at Virginia, Jason Beck had that team top 6 nationally in total offense, total yards. Coach Taysom Hill at BYU played there as well. Like, this guy has a legitimate reputation. Everywhere he goes, there is an offense that thrives. You take him and compare it to what Michigan had last year, which was perhaps the most distracted head coach in the history of sports. Not thinking about football at the front of his mind more often than not, I would say. No quarterbacks coach either. Somehow Bryce Underwood didn't have a quarterbacks coach last year. Chip Lindsey, whatever, mid-OC. You go from one of the most dysfunctional coaching staffs in the entire country to having Kyle Whittingham, who's got the second most wins in college football right now, only behind Dabo Swinney. And you bring in Jason Beck as well. I'm starting to get super bullish as to what Bryce Underwood can become because there's just too much evidence that everywhere Jason Beck has been, there has been a successful offense. So last night, I wanted to double check. It's like, okay, let's go back and actually watch some tape on Underwood. So I went back and watched the Cheez-It Bowl. Right at the end, that's no more Sharon Moore. That's Biff Poggi. They had already hired Kyle Whittingham at that point. He was on the broadcast of that game. And look, you pull up the box score, and it's not great. He's like 21 for 43, 3 interception. It's not great. Some of those interceptions, one of them for sure was just at the end of the game, it was already over. They were just trying to, force stuff up. So sure, you can get rid of one. It's in garbage time. The second interception was like 4 minutes left. They were still in the game, but they were certainly getting aggressive. Look, the thing with Underwood is early on in the season, there were some flashes. There were some flashes that this guy can be special. And remember, all of last year, he was 18 years old. That's insane. He just turned 19 like 12 days ago. Like 12 days ago. I think it was August 19th. I looked this morning. That would be 9 days ago. Math. So there were some flashes from Bryce Underwood early on in the year where you're like, this kid he's everything you possibly dreamed of. And then I think as the season to, kind of unravel, the more stuff started to get more complicated. Bryce Underwood picked up some bad habits. And I think the number one thing that I noticed throughout the course of last year is the footwork. He's always fading when he's making throws rather than planting his back foot, pushing off of it. Not to get like nerdy, but the way a quarterback should throw. There was a lot of I'm going to backpedal and loft it and do it basically fading away like a post fade. You can't do that in the college level. And he could get away with that in high school, not in the pros. And no one was there to tell him he can't do that. A lot of footwork problems where he's kind of dancing around, rolling out one way or the other. And even with all the fundamentals not being up to standard, he still was making throws that very few quarterbacks in the entire country can make. These zip bullet passes off of his, running out to the left, rolling across his body. It's just some of this stuff is incredible from him. That's the kind of stuff you can't teach. And now I think they do have someone that can teach him all the fundamental stuff. Strip everything down, back to the baseline, back to the very simplistic stuff. 3-step drop. What does the footwork look like? I really think there's enough evidence here from the coaching staff, what it looks like now versus what it looked like last year, where I am willing to put some stock and buy some stock into what Bryce Underwood's season can look like. I'm not going to go as far as say he's going to win the Heisman because that's his goal. He's put that out there, but can he be like, at least at some point in the season, like thrown around in that race? I don't think that's impossible either. You know, I do think Michigan's going to have a very good season. I'm not going to be shocked if they make the playoffs at all. I mean, hell, man, this team won 9 games last year and had Sharon Moore as their head coach. We don't think they can run it back, get 9 wins again, maybe even increase that win total to 10, because 10 wins should get you into the playoffs. Bryce Underwood was impossible to tackle in a one-on-one environment last year as an 18-year-old. All right, what's he going to look like when he's 19, when he's 20? There's no doubt about his athleticism and his ability to run guys over. And you started to see that in the bowl game when they started to rely, not depends, but rely on him to use his legs a little bit, and how much of a problem he can become, how much he just bullies over everybody. We know that's there. Now you've got an offensive coordinator that knows how to utilize it as well. And we saw that at Utah with Devin Dampier and at New Mexico with Devin Dampier. I am getting pretty bullish on what this Bryce Underwood season can become because of the coaching staff that surrounds him.
Yeah, it's probably the best coaching staff of his career. That's what Chris in our YouTube chat says, too. He says, I'm not sure Bryce Underwood has ever had a quality coach. Sure didn't at Belleville, sure didn't at Michigan last year. It'll be interesting to see what he does this year. It's a fair point. Like, he is surrounded by the best cast of, just role models and just figures, that's in his football career. So obviously that plays a ton to a kid that is still incredibly young, like Bryce Underwood is, who has a lot of raw talent that we don't know how deep it can fully get tapped into and how early it can, but we all know that it's there. And so I don't disagree. I just wonder, this is the right staff to develop Bryce Underwood.
For sure.
But what takes priority, developing Bryce Underwood or Michigan getting over the hump? And I think obviously both of those coincide. If Bryce Underwood develops really quickly, then Michigan should be pretty good. But is that the only way that they can do it? Because we've seen Michigan teams in the past that they've never been really super quarterback reliant on success.
They never have.
Really,
even the JJ year, they won the national championship.
The good Michigan teams, they're not super reliant on their quarterback. Is that the formula for Michigan to be a college football playoff team? It is relying on Bryce Underwood to be one of the best quarterbacks in the nation.
It'll be very interesting to see what kind of offense they want to roll out there, because I don't think we're going to find out early on. They should be able to take care of their business against Western Michigan. They should be able to take care of their business against their non-con. And then once you get into, Oklahoma's week 2, so you're going to find out quicker, sooner rather than later when it comes to, okay, how does this offense actually want to look around Bryce Underwood? But I mean, with Devin Dampier and with Jason Beck, there's a lot of emphasis on running the football and having a power run game. And guess what? The running backs that they have in the room right now, between Jordan Marshall, who was 6.9 yards per carry last year, which is crazy, and Savion Hitter, that is an incredible 1-2 punch. Maybe it does look like 240 yards a game, and it's not like he's wowing us with these numbers, but when he does throw it, you're seeing some incredible throws. They're using his legs. There's a lot of RPOs. I do think they're going to simplify this for Bryce Underwood, and I don't think they're going to complicate things for him. And I do think that will result in better results for this kid who has all the talent in the world to go be one of the best quarterbacks in college football. I just don't know what that looks like in terms of the stats. Maybe it does look like more winning than stats, and the stats are never really there for Bryce Underwood. I don't really care about quarterback stats, though, because I think it's something that lies more often than not. Sam Howell led the NFL in passing yards one year for 11 weeks through the season. And passing yards don't mean all that much. Are you winning games? Are you taking care of the football? Are you picking up third downs? That's all I care about. And I think Bryce Underwood's going to be able to do that this season, even if Michigan's not this explosive 40 points per game offense the way that they were a few years back. But then again, you look at Jason Beck's history, and it's everywhere this guy goes, whether it's Virginia or Syracuse or New Mexico or Utah, somehow they end up with one of the best offenses in college football, whether that's rushing, total yards, red zone, whatever it ends up being. Like, in some way, they are going to be an extremely efficient offense. And that's something I think Michigan fans should be looking forward to.
And it's a pretty good weapons group as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of returners as well for the Wolverines. Like, that was the number one most impressive thing, I think, about Kyle Whittingham. You know, I still feel, I think I'm a little more down on the Kyle Whittingham hire than most, but him retaining a lot of the talent that Michigan already had, and obviously they had a lot of guys go to the NFL in the last couple of years as well. Like, that's a huge part of this. And then obviously bringing in, like, the elite guys from Utah, the John Henry Dailies, and all of the other big-time names from Utah as well.
Yeah. I mean, I know Michigan fans got excited about Andrew Marsh last season. It was kind of tough to get him the ball, but when they targeted him, that guy looked legit. J.J. Buchanan's drawn a lot of eyeballs here, another receiver that they had last year. He's drawn a lot of eyeballs so far in camp as well. So I do think there is a pretty good upside for this Michigan team, and I'm starting to convince myself a little bit more and more that this could be a playoff team by the end of the season. And I don't know if I'm in the minority or not on that. I don't know what their odds are to be in the playoffs.
I don't think they exist.
Playoff odds don't exist, really?
I mean, at least on, I can't find them. I could be wrong. Maybe they do somewhere.
I think it's possible. And I do think Oklahoma is basically one of the swing games. You know, because I think Ohio State on the road is going to be really tough. They haven't won a West Coast game, so on the road at Oregon is going to be super tough too. Okay, if those are two losses, like Oklahoma week 2 could very well swing your season. And that's going to be a fascinating quarterback battle between John Mateer coming back, who the second half of his season was ruined by injuries last season, versus Bryce Underwood, who right away gets thrown into one of the biggest games of the season for Michigan, which could very well determine their playoff outcome come the end of the season.
Noah's raging in the YouTube chat.
About?
I don't care about QB stats, but Sam Darnold has mentioned he led the league in turnover-worthy plays. It's good stuff,
I
Noah.
don't care about traditional quarterback stats. Yards is like something I really don't care all that much for. It doesn't really show how good a quarterback is in my mind. That's all. 989-837-6125. We'll continue our division preview series when we come back. We'll do the NFC North here on the Ben Bosscher Show. Live on the Mitt. The 10 o'clock hour is brought to you by Aired Insurance. Noah really got me on that one. Brought to you by Aired Insurance. At Aired Insurance, they're all about putting you in a better insurance position, whether it's your home, auto, life, or business coverage. They make sure your protection actually fits your life. Whether you're looking for a team that takes the guesswork out of insurance, this is it. Be sure to go follow Aired Insurance Group on social media to stay connected every day and see how they're helping people along the way.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bryce Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mix.
out no money, girl. Come on.
By Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
Nine 837-6125. All right, let's continue our division preview series around the league.
It's time to zoom out and go around the league.
All right, we've made it. It's the NFC North. So just to recap things so far, Kyle and I both picked the Bucs to win the NFC South. Kyle and I both picked the Rams to win the NFC West. I picked the Cowboys to win the NFC East. And Kyle picked the Eagles to win the NFC East. How will it shape out in the NFC North? The theme of this division preview series is one prayer and one reality. I will start out with the prayer for the Chicago Bears.
Ooh.
This one's, I don't know, Bears fans talking to, actually, you know what? This is Ben Johnson praying to the wide receiver room. Hey, wide receiver room. One of you needs to step up. We don't want to be Green Bay South and never know who our top weapon is. This shouldn't be a committee. One of you guys needs to turn into an alpha. Whether it's Luther Burden, Rubidonze, we don't even care. But one of you needs to do it. Hell, Colson Loveland, you want in? Sure, we're taking applicants right now. But one of you needs to turn into an alpha wide receiver, because one thing that we have found, you got to have an alpha wide receiver to win a Super Bowl, unless you're the Chiefs. The reality? This top 10 offense, Caleb Williams becomes top-tier quarterback. This secondary is decimated just as badly as the Lions. They won't have as much luck in one-score games. They won't have as much turnover luck, but a great coach and a great quarterback combo is enough to make the playoffs. I've got the Bears going over 9.5 wins.
Oh, because of the coach-quarterback duo.
You just got to simplify things, man. You look into the secondary, the turnover differential, the regression. Hey, do they have a great coach and a great quarterback? Yep. Usually those teams are good. I'm going to take the over here.
Okay. I'm going to keep it simple then, too. This team won a bunch of super goofy games last year.
Sure did.
Super goofy. And I just don't think that's going to happen this year. I think they play in the best division in football. That last year was a bit down. You know, I expect the Lions to be a lot better. I think we all do. I think we expect the Vikings to be better. The Green Bay is one of the highest floor teams in all of the NFL. Who does that point to regress? The team that won a bunch of games, they probably won't this year. So I'm going to be out on the Bears. They're also not having a good offseason injury-wise. Kobe Bryant going down really early.
Decimated in the secondary.
Yeah, and then Darnell Wright, their tackle who they just paid the biggest deal ever, is injured right now as well in training camp. They didn't add a lot of names in free agency.
Kyle Fuller's hurt again.
Yeah, like I think their team is fine, but as far as their over-under goes here of 9.5, I think they missed the playoffs this year. I think they are one of the teams that misses the playoffs, and of course that would mean they go under. I mean, maybe 9-8 you can still get into the playoffs, but
I don't know. In the NFC, it might be really tough.
I think so. The NFC is super deep, so I am under on the Chicago Bears.
All right, next
Sorry,
one.
Bears.
It's okay.
Wait.
What am I waiting for?
Suck it, Bears.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Let's say Caleb Williams does kind of turn into that dude, though. Like, all of a sudden, he
turns into that dude?
one of the
wait a
7
second
or 8
then.
best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Wait a
Does that
second.
change your perspective on things?
I didn't think about if he was that dude.
Yeah, what if he becomes this is why he was drafted number 1 overall? Because I kind of think that's going to happen this year. All of the signs point to this guy can make
Turns into the Iceman.
Exactly. He can make the 1-of-1 throws. We know how big time of a playmaker he is when the game's on the line. It's the simple stuff that he's always needed to figure out. And I kind of think second year under Ben Johnson, he does start to figure some of that stuff out. Are you betting against that happening?
Yeah.
Or are you saying even if it does happen, they still won't win enough games based on their defense and some other external factors?
I'm betting against that happening.
Okay.
I think at the end of the year, Jared Goff is still the best quarterback in this division. And a lot of people are just writing it in to be Caleb Williams. And I'm not there yet.
Okay. All right. I will bite my tongue there. The Lions. Let's jump to the Lions, who have the highest over-under of any team in this division at 10.5. Here's my prayer. It's every Lions fan ever. Dear football gods, please keep this Detroit Lions roster safe this season. This team is ranked 31st and 25th the last 2 seasons in adjusted games lost based on injury. Yes, that is a real stat. It's been a whole bunch of BS, to be quite frank, whether it's Hutchinson, McNeil, Carlton Davis, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Sam Laporta, Alex Anzalone, Amik Robertson. We can go on and on and on. How many men can you possibly take from us? This was the best team in the NFL the second half of 2023, the entirety of 2024. I am fully convinced, even last year, with a healthy Laporta, Branch, or Kirby Joseph, this would have been a team that won an additional game and made the playoffs. Please, keep the fellas healthy this year. I can't deal with another year of agony. It's mostly a prayer from me, honestly.
I can't either. I'm right there.
The reality is, this is a top 5 team in the NFL when they're healthy, yet I have no faith that they will be healthy. It's kind of what this has come down to. And I've said this before. I don't think it's an excuse what's happened the last couple of years. And to say that injuries have ruined this team's season, it's just a factual thing that has happened. You move on, you can accept it. You can talk about other things that went wrong. I don't think injuries were as big of a factor last year. They still were a giant factor. But yeah, man, like it's 3 years in a row where this has just decimated this team. So that's my prayer to the football gods. Please answer them. Don't let this team get banged up again. Please don't let them rank in the bottom 6 teams for injuries. It's kind of that simple. I think they're a top 5 team if they're healthy.
Well, they're not off to a good start.
Nope.
I think right now they'd probably be a bottom 6 team with injuries. Their safety duo is out. Cade Mays is out.
That being said, I'm taking the
That's
over.
what I was saying. It sounds like you're taking their under.
No, I'm taking the over.
10.5,
The
way too
schedule's
low.
ridiculous.
They could sleep to 11 wins, I think. This team's floor, I think, is right about where they were last year.
Yeah.
9-8, I think, is their floor, which, of course, is 2 games under their over-under. But still.
9-8? Oh, yeah, you're right.
I would say 9-8 is their floor.
I agree with you.
Whereas, like, that worst-case scenario, they go 9-8. If that's worst-case scenario, I think the ceiling is relatively high. I think their actual real floor is like 11 wins if things go fine. Like, if things go fine, this team is 11-6. Bare minimum. If things go fine. And I also am just inclined to believe that things will go better than fine. So we've talked enough about why we think they're over. I'm all over the over. I'm probably going to go alt wins here.
Really?
There's a few teams that I will do alt wins for. I think I'll go alt wins to 12 for the Lions because I believe their over is juiced. The last time I looked, I think it was plus 100 on the over. So,
well,
that would mean
some
the
of
12
these books are
wins
weird because you can't actually bet their over-under.
Yeah, I'm looking on a different one right now. It'd be nice if we just had one where we could consistently go on and talk about.
Are you like shouting
Maybe
out
someday
them to sponsor our
Yeah,
our
that's
show?
exactly what I'm doing. We talk about betting all the time on this show. No, right now it's minus 115 for their over, so never mind.
I might bump it
But
up
if I go to the
12.
alt plus 175, ooh. I like that a lot more.
That's 11 or 12?
That's over 11.5, so 12.
Oh. Yeah, I like that.
And if you want to go crazy, go to 13. It's plus 320.
That's actually not
Somebody's
that crazy.
got to win 14 games in every conference, you know? Somebody's got to do it.
Perhaps it's Alliance with this schedule.
RP, no, I don't think their practice facility are under power lines. No, I don't think so.
That's just San
That's the
Fran.
worst part about the clips from the San Francisco one, by the way, is it's just there.
I always think it's AI.
It's real.
I know. And you can hear you can hear a buzz like a zzz, like
we
power
went
lines
there
in the back.
last year, and I saw all of it. It was crazy.
Hopefully you weren't running routes or anything.
No, I went to the field and everything. Yeah, I think I left with an injury.
Let's do the Minnesota Vikings next.
Okay.
This is my prayer for the Minnesota Vikings. This is as Justin Jefferson. I'm Justin Jefferson for the next 90 seconds.
Got it.
Hey, this isn't a prayer, it's a threat. If this Kyler kid doesn't feed me the ball, I am done. Coach, I love you. I love this city. But I'm tired of people not putting respect on my name. I'm Jay Jettas. I'm wide receiver 1. And there was no one in this league that's better than me. But here I am going second round in fantasy drafts. People are calling Jamar Chase and Puka Nacua and JSN better wideouts than me. Come on, man. I hold the NFL record for most receiving yards through 5 seasons by almost 1,000 yards. I'm the former Offensive Player of the Year. I made a Pro Bowl, All-Pro team my rookie season. I'm a generational talent, and I'm only 27 years old, still in my prime. But I can't be wasting my prime with more crappy quarterbacks. I've been good. I've had every reason to be A.J. Brown, complain. That's not what I'm about, coach. But Kyler Murray, I need the ball this year. You give me that pigskin, and we're getting back to the playoffs. That's my prayer.
So your prayer is just Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, he's just, give me the ball, please. It's been too long since Justin Jefferson's been like unanimously viewed as the best wide receiver in the NFL, which I think he still is. You've got all these guys that have jumped him in the rankings.
I don't think he can be right now though anymore. You know,
like I thought you're Mr. Kyler Murray.
I am, but like I don't think we can still say Jefferson is the number 1 receiver right now. Like
I'm not based on production. If I could take one receiver for this single season, I would still go Justin Jefferson.
Really?
Yeah.
How can you not say based off production? That's like the whole thing.
I just think there's enough sample size the past 6 years where I know that Justin Jefferson is. I think those are the top 2 guys, like non-fantasy wise. I know JSN and Puka have kind of jumped those, but I still think Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in the NFL. Yards per route run up until last season that favored Justin Jefferson over any of those other guys. He's just productive. And then last year he happened to have some of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL.
No, I agree. I've totally spoken on my Viking stuff, and I will continue to buy. I think it's the team I am the most all in on of all 32 teams.
Vikings fan now.
Yeah,
the way that people call me a Bears fan,
that.
You're going to have to be known as the Vikings fan now.
Honestly, maybe. It sucks to say that because they play in the Lions division, and it's not anything about the Lions. It's just look at their situation last year. They have the best combination of play callers in all of football. In offense and defense with Kevin O'Connell, Brian Flores. No doubt about it. Last year, they had 9 as their QB and 12 as the other QB. 2 guys that I just don't want out there.
Is that Carson Wentz?
That's Max Brosmer.
Oh, you can't forget about Carson Wentz either.
Who Carson Wentz, by the way, might get the backup job, and McCarthy might not make the roster. Have you been seeing this?
I think he would just get traded if that was the case.
Who's trading for him?
Somebody would for sure trade for him.
For sure.
The Chargers.
For sure.
The Chargers are lining up.
Okay. I'm just saying, when roster cuts come, I think next Monday is when roster cuts happen. Don't be surprised. J.J. McCarthy's not on the Vikings.
The issue is because of service time, he'd be sent to waivers, and then anybody could go claim him. It's not like he'd go unclaimed.
Sure, but I never said he would go unclaimed. I'm saying he might not make the Vikings roster.
That'd be crazy.
That's what has been discussed right now on Vikings Twitter. Anyways, because why would he be the backup? I think Wentz would be. Anyways, yeah, they have the best combination of play callers in all of football. They have Justin Jefferson, who I'm with you, and their other weapons are pretty good too. Like, it's not like it's just Jefferson, and that's why he had a bad year because it was just him, and they can't hone in on anybody else. No, they have a pretty good wide receiver, too, in Jordan Addison. They brought in Juwan Jennings. Like, he's a pretty good wide receiver 3. Remember, he said this was like when KD joined the Warriors.
Yeah, no,
when he
for
signed
sure,
with
dude.
them. That's so true. Hawkinson is still good. The running back room is pretty whatever, but their defense is still tremendous. This is a defense that I will still fear both of the times the Lions have to face it. And I'm just way higher on Kyler Murray than everyone else. And I'll say it once again. I've said it 1,000 times this offseason. People just like to make fun of Kyler, so their judgment of him is skewed that he's terrible. I'm not saying he's great.
He's like the 16th best quarterback in the NFL.
He is average, exactly. And average is way better than whatever the hell they had last year. And I will also continue to say, coming into this season, Kyler Murray is better than Sam Darnold was going into his season with the
100%.
Vikings.
Totally.
So this is the best quarterback situation going into a year the Vikings have had post Kirk Cousins. I think that means this team is smashing their over. This team is winning double-digit games, and they're making the playoffs. I'm all in on all the Vikings futures that I can get my hands on.
Throughout the last month, you've convinced me all the way on this as well, so I will also be taking the Vikings over here.
Sweet.
At over 8.5. 8.5 is crazy, though.
Yeah.
This team won 9 games last year.
They won 9 games last year. How are they worse?
I don't know.
9 games? Wait, they won 9 games?
Relax. All right, so there's last team in the division. It's the Packers. Partially because I ran out of time this morning and partially because I didn't want to give them the light of day. I don't have a prayer for them.
Wow.
My prayer is that this team doesn't exist in 6 months. My prayer is that they go 6 wins. Were you about to play something?
I already did. I turned it down.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Yeah, I'm taking the under on this team. I can't take the over on all. I can't take the over on all 4 teams, and I took the over on the Lions, Bears, and Vikings. I'll naturally end up taking the under on the Packers. Look, here's the thing with the Packers team. I said the same thing last year. I just think this team has a very limited ceiling as to what they can become. I think they have a lot of good players. I think they have very few great players. And I think in a division that every team I'm pretty bullish on, I don't know why the Packers are any different than they were last season. They lose Dobbs. Now they're leaning more into Christian Watson. Good luck with that. They've got Josh Jacobs, who it sounds like actually might get suspended to open up the season.
Yeah, which that came out of nowhere, by the way.
Yeah, usually the NFL takes years to suspend guys.
They also, when the NFL said, yeah, he's probably not getting suspended. Now he just might.
And not to mention, Micah Parsons isn't going to be healthy to start the season. If Micah Parsons isn't on the field for this defense, I think they're like average at best. At best. So I'm going to take the under here, thinking that this team gets off to a slow start if they don't have Jacobs or Micah Parsons. And also, I just don't know what this team's identity is. I don't know what their superpower is. There was some really weird Matt LaFleur stuff at the end of the season. I thought he had a pretty poor end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, there was talk about him getting fired, which probably was never actually going to happen. But
no, it for sure wasn't. But I think this is like the coolest hot seat in the NBA, in the NFL.
Ooh.
It's the coolest hot seat.
Or is it the hottest cool seat?
No, I think it's the coolest hot seat.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, people like I think we talked about this a week or so ago. Sometimes you just forget about specific games in the NFL because you're just so excited for the next upcoming season.
Are you going to talk about the game where he played to a tie?
Them losing the game to the Bears in the playoffs. They lost that in tremendous fashion.
What about the game where they played to tie?
They're up 21-3 at halftime.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they played to tie. Well, honestly, the tie ended up getting them into the playoffs. So,
or they could have just won that game.
Well, of course, but if they would have lost, they wouldn't have been in the playoffs.
Sure, but I'm just like, if you play to tie, you're the softest person of all time.
Yes, I agree with you on there. Here's the part about the Packers that I will talk about, and I hate to always admit it. Matt LaFleur just doesn't have bad seasons. You know, he's gone below 500 one time in his 7 years of his coaching career. Now, their over-under is not to be above or under 500. Yeah, it's 9.5. They've gone 9 wins 3 times in his career.
I know. It sounds very likely that they just go 9-8. They're under hits, and they could finish last in the division with that record, which is exactly what happened last year to the Lions and Vikings.
But he's only missed the playoffs one time. Both times they've had 9 wins. He's gotten into the playoffs. Lucky.
Look a little.
Lucky.
Mr. Wild Card.
Yeah.
Mr. 7 seed. Hey, look a little further into what happened in all those playoffs where they won 9 games, though. Whack, whack, whack. Except the time where they
about to say, they beat the Cowboys.
Killed the Cowboys.
The 9 wins as the 7 seed. Yeah, I remember that. And the lone time they missed the playoffs, we all remember how and why they missed the playoffs.
Loser.
Lions. The Lions beat them in Week 18. I'm taking their over. As much as I'm just sitting here making fun of them.
We're pretty bullish on this division in general.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only, out of the entire conference in the NFC, this is the only division I have 3 overs in. And I don't think the Bears are going to be like 5 wins. I think the Bears are going to go under by a game or two. They'll probably go 8-9, I think would be my Bears prediction.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think the Packers go over, but not by a ton. Like, I think they win 10 games, maybe 11 games this year. I think the Vikings might win more games than Green Bay. But, yeah, I'm still taking the Packers over. Their floor is just way too high. Micah Parsons seems to be, like, a little bit more on track than expected to be. So that's pretty nice.
Still not playing week 1, though.
Yeah, but of course. But it sounds like he's going to be back early. Like, I thought there was talks that he was going to miss up until halfway in the season. Now it's like a week 6, week 5, I think, target area for Parsons. Tucker Kraft is going to return sooner rather than later as well. I loved all of the end of the year Jordan Love, Malik Willis stuff, and I would happily be wrong here if that bled into this season. If Jordan Love was bad and let's say Malik Willis has a good week 1 or 2, there's going to be that conversation, and I'm going to be very excited for it if that happens. So I'll happily be wrong, but I am going to take the Packers over. So I got 3 overs here.
I got 2 and 2. I think we're both going to have the same winner for the division, though.
Well, no, you have 3 overs as well.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I've got 3 overs, over on the Lions at 10.5, over on the Bears at 9.5, over on the Vikings at 8.5, under on the Packers at 9.5, and, of course, I've got the Lions winning the division. So do you.
Lions, but I do have a ticket for Vikings to win this division.
Okay.
But I'm picking the Lions.
You're not allowed to call me the Bears fan Ben.
What are you talking
if you've
about?
got all this Viking. You've got money on the Vikings.
I never said you were a Bears fan. I think you're a Caleb fan. That's worse.
He just scares me a little. The same way that the Vikings scare you. Same way that the defense scares you.
Maybe beat the Lions once and I'll be scared.
Caleb has beat the Lions.
Yeah, but like do it last
with
year.
Ben Johnson, yeah.
Yeah.
989-837-6125. So there's the NFC. Well, what do you think? Should we start the AFC tomorrow, or should we just wait until
It's up
Monday
to you,
to
man.
start the AFC?
We could do whatever. Well, because at some point we have to do our big futures episode too, right?
We should have a futures draft.
Yes, we
just turn it into a draft.
We should turn it into a tower draft, a pyramid draft.
We should make it a draft, a pyramid draft, snake draft.
Yes. Yeah.
With an auction.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm excited for the AFC more so than the NFC.
And make it a Mount Rushmore, too.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, Mount Rushmore. That's true.
Mount
I think
Rushmore
we are
pyramid draft.
Just a sneak peek into the spreadsheet. We have a lot of differentiating opinions in the AFC.
Kind of a little chalky in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, I have all the favorites winning every division. I noticed that, and I was like, oh, that's not happening.
But
the AFC is different, though.
At the same time, though, we both have two. I have 3, and you have 2 new division champs. The Rams are the only ones we have repeating. So like
Rams didn't win.
Oh, then we have 4. No, I have 4.
The Eagles,
you have 3. Yeah, you're right. All right, we'll start the AFC at some point. 989-837-6125. That is around the league. Hey, if you need something shipped, Prime Package Plus compares all 4 major carriers, UPS, FedEx, USPS, and DHL, to get you the best price. Right now, save $5 on any service with a minimum $25 purchase. Stop by Prime Package Plus on North Saginaw Road in Midland.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bryce Siding and Building Repair on 100. Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
Can I give you a sneaky Lions player that I'm starting to become a little bit bullish on?
You seem bullish on everybody. You like that word.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm starting to really believe that DJ Reed could give us something this season. Like last year, he had a nice start to the season. It was fine. Nothing was like, it's not like we were, oh my God, I can't believe how bad this thing is. Like usually when you're not talking about a corner, he's doing a pretty good job. And that was the case for the first few weeks. Then he goes out with the hamstring injury. He comes back and is never the same. He also, by the time he came back, no Brian Branch, no Kirby Joseph. He had no help over the top. Okay, so all the corners were playing 15 yards off the wide receivers, giving as much cushion as possible. So it felt like guys were wide open more often than not. He comes back this year. He says, yeah, the hamstring injury kind of did screw me up. I think we're going to get a way better version of DJ Reed this year as long as he can stay healthy, which does make me feel a little bit bullish towards him. Like, we talk about so much, this cornerback room, this safety room, the secondary in general, it's going to be pretty horrific. What if DJ Reed's just actually a pretty good corner? I'm not saying he's like some shutdown all-pro guy, but what if they actually have someone that's like, this guy's actually kind of reliable? I think that's totally on the table, because 2 years ago when he was playing across from Sauce Gardner, which definitely helps out, he was one of the best corner 2s in the NFL. So if they're asking him to be an average corner 1, I don't see why that can't happen.
Can he be as good as Carlton Davis?
Yeah, I think he can. I think Carlton Davis was like a really good corner. He wasn't a shutdown guy. He wasn't a guy who was like going to make a Pro Bowl or an all-pro team, but Carlton Davis was really good. I think that's what DJ Reed can be at his best. He can be a really good corner in the NFL.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when they signed him, that was always the goal, right? I mean, they signed him to be the CB1. Now, I think they signed him to be the CB1 with the hope that by year 2 or 3 of that contract, Terrion Arnold would be the CB1. Yikes.
Doesn't really work out.
Change of plans. DJ Reed, you ready to stay as the CB1? And I don't think he was that bad last year either. Like, I think the secondary being bad as a unit gets thrown onto him a little bit because he was healthy all year. And he, of course, is, the star corner. Not star, but you get what I'm saying. He's the lead guy in that group.
But he wasn't even healthy all year. He missed a bunch of time.
Sorry, he was healthier than the other guys that
Yeah,
I mean,
okay,
and Arnold isn't here. Like, he was healthier than Branch and Kurt. Like, he was the healthiest guy of the starters, I guess you could say. And I just think a lot gets thrown on his plate because of that. And I don't necessarily think he was that bad. I just think it was a clear, oh, man, he's not as good as Carlton Davis was. And Terrion Arnold hasn't stepped into that role. And we paid this guy the same amount of money that Carlton Davis, he got a little bit more from New England, Why didn't we just keep him? There was a lot of those thoughts
Carlton Davis went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and was a part of like the best cornerback duo in the league last year.
Do you have another sneaky breakout candidate for the Lions that could end up surprising a lot of people? Because I feel like Reed's one that's just not being talked about enough right now.
Yeah, but does that really count as a sneaky breakout? To me, a breakout, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. To me, a breakout is
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, like you had never really been that great in your career.
Like, so rookies can't qualify?
It's new. I don't think rookies can be a breakout, right? It's like a most improved player kind of thing.
Did you happen to see who was repping as the nickel all of training camp yesterday, both on first and second team, with Christian Izien now being hurt?
Keith Abney,
the rookie. We said this in April. Hey, there are 4 guys who could actually start day one or have some sort of impact, like legitimate impact on the season. It was Derek Moore. All boxes have been checked by him. He looks great so far. It was Blake Miller. He'll be starting day one. Now Keith Abney with the Christian Izien injury could end up being a starter on day one. It's kind of fun. Fun storyline heading into week 1.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, I guess if I had to pick, one of the random guys in the secondary is just going to be pretty good.
Rock Yassin.
One of them.
Chuck Clark,
I think
Maddox.
It's probably more likely to be one of the safeties because they're going to get way more opportunity.
I like Maddox,
Obviously,
man.
they are.
I
think one of them is going to be, like, we're going to have a conversation of, like, how can we keep this guy on the field once Branch and Kirby are back, if, obviously, Kirby ever does come back.
I think that happens.
Maddox. I think that happens with one of those guys. Trying to figure out who it is. Yeah, it'd be great if it was Maddox because he was here last year, too.
Or is it simply Keith Abney, where it's like, wait, this guy's played very good at the nickel. Yeah, well, let's continue to play him now that Branch is back. Because that would either require, like, because usually I would think Avonte Maddox would move back to, like, nickel. Or once Christian Izien's healthy, maybe he just jumps into the nickel. But if they like what Abney's doing, why not? Why not continue to rep Keith Abney there? I that was always a guy after the draft. I was like, oh, I actually kind of like this guy. I'm not happy Christian Izien got hurt. That's
the secondary guys drafted in the Brad Holmes era haven't necessarily been, outside of. I mean, Branch and Kirby, I guess I got to give them credit, but the corners, you know.
If he was a Brad Holmes guy too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I mean.
I liked
Are we acting like that really worked out? I mean, he had a couple of good years.
Yeah,
fine
they just
years.
didn't really have the money to pay him. Or
he had the interception to ice the season when they won the division for the first time. That was cool.
It was sweet
on Nick Mullins.
The extended.
Other than that, yeah, if he had like a 6-game stretch, basically. I'm just like, wait a second.
Iffy Melifonwu, he was nasty for a while, and then he went and rotted away in
Aaron
Miami.
Glenn just loves blitzing this guy.
Yeah, and then they started doing it with Branch, and it was like, wait, this guy's way better. Branch is just infinitely better. I think in terms of breakout guys that have already spent some time in the NFL, like, I don't want to just naturally pick a year 2 guy where it's like, oh, Tyleik Williams. It's like, yeah, obviously we think he's going to be a little bit better. But what about like a DJ Wonnum, where it's like, we're all excited about Derek Moore. We all like what we've seen from him in preseason. But what if Wonnum just plays good enough to where it's like, yeah, he's just going to hold off the rookie for the first half of the season, and he's going to be productive? Because one thing we have seen with certainty is if you play across from Aiden Hutchinson on third downs, you just end up with probably more sacks than you're used to.
I have a hot take. Maybe this is not a hot take. I would be disappointed if DJ Wonnum is the answer to this question. Because I want it to be Derek Moore. I just want it to be him.
I
want the
that.
young guy to be the guy that we are like, wow, we have something here with this young edge rusher.
But is it that big of a problem if there's like a nice, easy transition throughout the course of the season where it's like, yeah, Wonnum's the guy for the first half, and then Derek Moore takes the baton at some point. It's like, yeah, this guy's just played his way onto being one of the more reliable defensive linemen.
If they're both good, that would be sick.
Is there a world where it's like Derek Barnes or Devin White as one of the breakout guys?
I was going to say White because obviously, Malcolm Rodriguez, we're still trying to wait on, what the situation with him is going to be. But also, just like his health, obviously, he's not been able to stay healthy the last several seasons.
Yeah, Rodrigo's healthy right now, though. Him and Devin White are kind of battling to see who will be the third linebacker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, has Malcolm Rodriguez done enough since returning to actually earn that spot?
We shall see.
Exactly. And it sounds like Devin White has been one of the darlings of training camp. Mm-hmm. And so if it is he's not the Raider that he was last year, he actually has turned himself into like some version of the Tampa Bay Buccaneer version of Devin White that was awesome for a while. Like, that would be a tremendous add to this linebacker unit.
Yeah. Is it totally off the table for him to just be better than Derek Barnes? I know they kind of have different roles. Derek Barnes plays that Will and Sam linebacker role, and Devin White doesn't really play on the line of scrimmage. But like, is there a world where Jack Campbell and Devin White are actually the 2 main linebackers rather than Derek Barnes? Because that hasn't really been
that would
reported
be tough
on
with the contract,
Devin
Barnes or Derek Barnes.
But at some point, you got to just play the best players, and it doesn't matter who's actually under contract or who's making money or not. You got to just play your guys. Who's the better dude? And I would say Derek Barnes' season last year was a little disappointing, considering how much money he's been making.
For sure, it was.
So I would say those are kind of like the premier candidates to. Whoa! Look at these guys.
Seahawks just paid Leonard Williams a big-time bag, 3-year, $90 million for the Pro Bowl defensive tackle. So they paid Witherspoon and Williams and JSN. Wow, and believe
they couldn't pay K9.
Believe they have to extend Darnold too. So
Sam Darnold.
Yes, Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, that's way more expensive than what Ali McNeil got, because that's what I always do. I always compare him to what the Lions guys have gotten.
So have the Seahawks outcapped themselves? Can they no longer win the Super Bowl because they spent too much money? This is always what happens,
But the roster's the exact same.
Yeah, I know.
Quinnen Williams.
Leonard Williams.
No, Leonard Williams. There's too many Williams that played interior defensive tackle. It's like when last year, how many times I got tripped up by DJ Reed versus DJ Reader?
Yeah.
That's just like, Brad Holmes, what are you doing?
Everyone that listens to this show knew that one.
I don't even think that's on me. That's on Brad Holmes for signing 2 guys with the same first name and then
one of
Reed
with
and Reader
at the end.
Like, come on, man. All right.
How many times will you call DJ Reed DJ Reader this year? You've done it a couple times throughout the offseason.
I know. DJ Reader's on the Giants now? Yeah, I think he's on the Giants.
I think so.
All right, 989-837-6125. What would you get rid of in sports? Plus, are you buying the Bryce Underwood hype heading into this season? Because the coaches are speaking very highly of him. He's speaking very highly of himself. A lot of buzz when it comes to Bryce Underwood heading into week 0. Obviously, Michigan doesn't play until week 1. But I'm willing to buy the hype a little bit because I think the coaching staff around him is just such an infinite upgrade over what they had last season. So that's coming up in the 11 o'clock hour as well. Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mid.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bryce Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, what would you get rid of in sports? The NFL, decommissioning the Pro Bowl. Thank God. No more Mac Jones Pro Bowl appearances. No more Shedeur Sanders. 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, Pro Bowlers. You know, people make fun of Shedeur making it, which they should. People make fun of Mac Jones. The worst one is for sure Tyler Huntley, who had a total of 658 yards when he got nominated for the Pro Bowl. That's insane to me. So I went through and made up a list of 31 things that I would get rid of in sports. We won't get through all of them. Like the NFL got rid of Pro Bowls. The first thing that I wrote down, it was the very first thing I thought of. Pat McAfee. I'm good, dude. I couldn't be more all set. Now, I can't believe he's on the Monday Night Football coverage, Kyle. That is so frustrating. He's we have to deal with Pat McAfee every Saturday morning, every day of the week on ESPN. And now they're forcing him onto us on Monday Night Football. Like, what? Who's asking for this? Why? Nobody wants this. Yet he's all we get.
Aaron Rodgers wants this.
Aaron Rodgers does want this. Did you see Aaron Rodgers go on Pat McAfee like 2 weeks ago?
Oh, every day? No, I did not.
He was like talking about, like, once again taking victory laps on the vaccine stuff. He was talking about Rossini. He was slamming ESPN on their own show, on their own network. I can't believe it with the Rodgers stuff. He goes on there and just says, it's like he's intentionally trying to aggravate people. I don't get it. I'm good on Pat McAfee. That's one thing I'd get rid of. I'd get rid of reviews that last longer than 90 seconds. This is all sports. This is like, if I was the sports czar and I could change one thing, it would be this. Hey, if you're going to go review something, you have 30 seconds to look at it. Watch it once. Watch it twice. Watch it in slow-mo once. Over. If you think it should be changed, change it. If you don't, if there's clear evidence, change it. If there's not, it's not getting changed. 30 seconds max. I can't believe how long we have to sit there and wait for replays. In the NFL, whether it's a drop or a catch. In the NBA, whether it's a block or a charge, the worst one is like, all right, let's go review if we think it's a flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. We got to go view if this is a hostile act. Get out of here, man. That's the one I feel like they take the longest to figure it out. I would get rid of honorary all-star nods. Sorry, Justin Verlander. I'd get rid of the new kickoff rules, mostly because of the onside stuff, but also because the kickoffs, if we're starting at the 35-yard line, guys, all the total yards are going to be down. It's so easy to get into field goal range. One thing I didn't tell you the first segment we did this, you know what else I'd get rid of? 2 things. The Black Friday game and the Blackout Wednesday game. I'm good. I do not need a game the day after or the day before Thanksgiving. Don't need it. I'd get rid of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's, I think, a common thing with that as well. A pretty good YouTube chat here from Super Sloth. Sorry. He said, I'd get rid of week 0.
Oh, see, I like week 0.
Wait, no, he says I get rid of calling it week 0. So maybe it's just week 1.
I thought about writing down the double bye in college football.
I kind of like the double bye.
I do too.
It sucks, obviously, like having 2 weeks off from your team playing. But I don't know. Sometimes it is like a relief of like, oh,
I get to be casual college
football.
football.
Do something else this weekend. Yeah.
One thing that I really debated writing down, and then I was almost like sad to admit to myself that I actually like it and would be bummed out if we didn't have it. The NFL on Christmas. I just like it now.
I like it. I know a lot of people don't.
I don't like when my team plays on it.
I have always been NBA on Christmas has always been the thing, and I've always really enjoyed that. But I don't mind football being on too. You know, I didn't like when the Lions played on it last year because that basically ruined Christmas. It also
but
just
throw the Chiefs on there, and I'll be fine.
It depends on what your Christmas looks like. You know, like if you are a person that is busy on Christmas, like you're going to 2 or 3 different family things, you got to jump around. Then yeah, that sucks. My Christmas stuff is always done on Christmas Eve. So I'm usually just chilling on Christmas.
I can't believe how good the Christmas games are this year.
They're so good.
Green Bay,
Seahawks, right?
We got Rams Seahawks, NFC Championship rematch at 8:15. That's the nightcap on Fox. We got the Bills and the Broncos, AFC divisional rematch at 4:30 on Netflix. And then to open up the day, the Packers and the Bears in Chicago.
Come on. What day of the year is Christmas?
Friday.
Of course. Wait, Christmas is on a Friday?
Mm-hmm. We're not working that whole week.
That's sick. That's kind of a bad day for Christmas to be, though, right?
What?
You always want the holiday to fall on, like, Thursday. So then you just get that Friday as well.
But once you want the holiday to fall on Wednesday,
but then
I feel like Wednesday you're just not working
Friday,
that week.
Yeah, but then Thursday, Friday, it might be the 2 days might be enough where some people still have to go in.
No,
Where if it's
chance.
one day,
This is the big 2-6. Nobody works the days between Christmas
some people do.
and New Year's Eve. Nobody does.
Some people do.
I don't think so. I think
don't think so?
I think us as a society,
go anywhere. People are working.
Us as a society have just kind of agreed like nobody's doing anything for a week between Christmas and New Year's. We're watching football. That's what we're doing. We're watching the Packers
we're watching
Bears.
Packers Bears.
Yeah. So I didn't put that down, but I did put down the Black Friday game and the Blackout Wednesday.
Do you got
game.
any other ones that you haven't gotten to? Because you said you had like 40 of them. I feel like you haven't got to all 40.
No, I said every single one.
I have one more that I haven't gotten to from earlier. The big one that I said, like the NFL playoff realignment. I know it hasn't happened yet. Let's get rid of the 76-team NCAA tournament. It hasn't even happened yet. Let's get rid of it. Get rid of it right now.
Hell, man, I'd get rid of the play-in games.
Oh, what a shocker.
I'd shrink it down to 64
I knew
instead
that was
of 68.
Coming. At least you acknowledge it is a 68-team tournament.
Kind of.
What about the play-in tournament in the NBA?
No, I like the play-in
I do
tournament.
too.
I did write down the national anthem. I just didn't know if that would go over well. I think that's just me being a sports person who's probably heard the national anthem 1,000 times, just working here at the ballpark as well. I'm just going to stop talking. Yeah, those were the big ones. We had a lot of rule changes, but
most of them are rule changes.
Like I'd get like flopping. If we could just get rid of anything, I'd get rid of flopping. I don't know how you police that. The NBA is certainly trying. They're not doing a very good job, but if I could just
Chris has a hot one here. I'd get rid of all NFL midweek games other than Thanksgiving Day. So you're getting rid of Thursday Night Football, Chris?
I look forward to Thursday Night Football every single week. Just give me the drunkest game, 3 days of rest, Chris Collinsworth on the call. I love it. There's nothing I love more than Thursday Night Football. Or not Chris Collinsworth.
Chris Collinsworth is
Al
not
Michaels.
On the call.
Al Michaels just losing his mind.
It doesn't really need to be Al Michaels anymore either. But
no, it should be Al Michaels forever. We should have AI Al Michaels be calling Thursday night games forever. He's hysterical. He's just so grumpy and old, and it's past his bedtime, and it's the greatest 3 hours
10 seconds
ever.
behind the play. It's just so good every single time.
The greatest play you've ever seen in your life. It's
just be in the middle of talking about like what's going on. It's a touchdown. It's like, Al Michaels, man, you've just lost it. You've lost the fastball, man.
It doesn't matter, though. It's so good.
It is slow pitch softball with Al Michaels, man, but it's so good.
No, the best Al Michaels moment last year was the 49ers game. I think it was 49ers-Rams. And he was just like, Mac Jones is playing so good, I don't even think Brock Purdy should be starting. Just like basically, he didn't say that verbatim, but he basically threw it out there. It's like, yep, they got a quarterback battle on their hands because Brock Purdy was not playing good enough.
I do remember that. Yeah, when they beat the Rams.
It's like, bro, what?
And it's funny because he's paired with, like when he was paired with Collinsworth, it would have worked really well. Well, I mean, it did work well, but he's gotten to a grumpy phase now with being with Amazon. It would have worked really well because Collinsworth would have fed into it. You know, like he would have went with it. Whereas Kirk Herbstreit is the most like NPC kind of color guy, where he's like, yeah, well, you know, it's going to be a tough decision because Brock Purdy's pretty good too. And Al Mike's like, no, Mac Jones
is way better.
He's way better. Give it to Mac Jones. Like Blaha, man. You know, like he just kind of lets it rip.
Dude, Blaha is something else. He's so good. Is he great at play-by-play? Not really at this point. But he is just so comical.
Do I love listening to him? Hell
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so sick. I see.
Even on the MSU football games, it's like, man, he's so far behind the play.
And it's worse on radio. You can't be behind on radio.
Worse.
Both of those guys, it's like, at one point, I was like, oh, man, I don't think they can do it anymore. And then they've reached the two guys in the Muppets who sit upstairs and just make fun of everybody. They've reached that point to where it's like, no, these guys were just great. George Blaha is just the best George Blaha moment of the year is, George, you going to watch the play-in game? Or what is it?
It was like for an ad.
No, it's the Emirates Cup.
Yeah, it was like,
so you're going to watch the Emirates
Cup? The NBA Cup is presented by, they're like doing an ad, and yeah, you going to watch it, George?
Nope. You going to watch the championship? No.
Then they just moved on. Yeah.
And
Pistons aren't in it. I don't care.
Anytime someone is beefing with anybody, Isaiah Stewart could go punch somebody in the throat for no reason, and he'd be like, "That guy's disgusting. I can't believe he would start something like that with Isaiah Stewart. He did nothing wrong." Every time. It's so good.
Biased broadcasters are the best.
All right.
I wouldn't get rid of them, that's for sure.
No, I would not get rid of them either. I don't think there's any broadcasters right now that I'd be like, let's get rid of that guy, other than Pat Mac. Like, not play-by-play guys.
Ooh. Like NFL ones you're talking?
Well, actually, I take that back. What's his name? The guy who called Brian Branch, Dion Branch.
Oh, Jonathan Vilma?
Yeah, I'd probably get rid of Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad crew. It's definitely the worst Sunday crew.
Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma?
Yeah. Sorry, John. I know Kenny Albert's your guy, but hockey's his thing.
Yeah. Stick to hockey, dude. Those get really bad. I think those are the Lions guys for week 1, I think.
Those are the Lions guys for week 1.
Big league hit by Dion Branch.
Come on, dude. And the fact, the crazy thing about that
Branch.
is that it's not only that he called him Dion Branch, he doubled down on it. He called him Dion Branch like 3 times.
He said it twice in a row, and then no one said something to him.
There was something else he did that Lions game that was crazy too. Oh, well, no, it was the fact that they were also on the game where Trump was on. Yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
Well, and honestly, that kind of gave me a little bit more respect for Vilma because he was just asking just out-of-pocket questions.
Well, it's also a lose-lose situation for those broadcasters.
What was he asking? I can't even specifically remember. But it was just like, what would you do if you were playing in this game? Like, just asking the weirdest questions ever.
Yeah, do you want to do some play-by-play here? He's like, Trump was like, yes, great run. It's one of the greatest runs we've ever had. It's like, what is happening right now? That was one of the craziest moments of the Lions' entire season. It was so jumbled up and crazy. I'll never forget that, though. It was like, what's happening right now? This is nuts. This is crazy.
So ridiculous.
989-837-6125. I'll tell you why I'm buying the Bryce Underwood hype when we come back. 11 o'clock hour is brought to you by Yiter Insurance. Life happens fast, and at Yiter Insurance Group, they're here to make sure you're covered every step of the way. Locally owned and trusted in Midland for decades, they treat you like family, not just another policy number. From home and auto to business and life insurance, Yiter is the right coverage for every stage of life. Their team makes insurance simple with expert advice and real people you can actually talk to. That's Yiter Insurance Group. We'll be there when you need us since 1940.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid. Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Myth.
All right, welcome back in. I got to tell you guys, I'm starting to get really excited. I'm starting to buy the hype once again on Bryce Underwood. And I feel like I did this last year around this time, just went all in on him. And for like 3 weeks, it looks like I made the right decision. And then from that point on, it was just a lot of up and down.
I mean, after the CMU game, you were like,
this is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Underwood's the best I've ever seen.
Look, man. Last year, he was dealing with one of the most distracted, probably the most distracted coach in the history of, I don't know, sports. Wasn't a whole lot of worse coaching staffs than what they had last year with Sharon Moore. Some horror stories out of Ann Arbor as to what was going on. Obviously, that goes without being said. But now they bring in a legitimate coaching staff. Kyle Whittingham has more wins than anybody in college football other than Dabo Swinney. Jason Beck Blands as the OC. And you follow this guy's resume, and everywhere he has been, there has been a really successful offense. The last last years at Utah, Devin Dampier just kind of turning into one of the better dual threat quarterbacks that we had in college football. It was one of the top rushing attacks in all of football as well. You go back before that, over at New Mexico, top 5 rushing attack in the country yet again. Devin Dampier was there too. So the fact that he's able to develop these quarterbacks, Devin Dampier being an example alone, I think is fantastic. Specializes in coaching quarterbacks. You know, when he was in Syracuse, they had the second best red zone offense in the ACC. Coach Bryce Perkins at Virginia. I think Bryce Perkins started a few games for the Panthers. They were a top 6 nationally ranked team in terms of total offense. That's yards. Coach Taysom Hill at BYU, like he played there as well. He legitimately has had success everywhere he has went in terms of what the offensive production has looked like. So I do think that there's just enough evidence and there's a good enough resume for Jason Beck to say, yeah, now that Bryce Underwood has this guy as his mentor and his offensive coordinator, he's going to simplify things, make things easier, and you're going to get the most out of Bryce Underwood because he's gotten the most out of all the quarterbacks that he's had while he's been coaching them. I am to also have a quarterbacks coach is an upgrade alone. Like, man, I could have been named the quarterbacks coach last year, and I don't know anything about coaching quarterbacks, and it would have been more than what Bryce Underwood had last year because he didn't have a quarterbacks coach. That blows my mind. They weren't watching film. Nobody taught him how to do that. Nobody taught him how to read a defense. Nobody helped him break the bad habits that he developed early on in the year, like basically doing a post fade every single time he throws the ball and throwing, not planting off his back foot, but leaning off of his back foot. All the bad stuff, all the bad traits that he developed, he just couldn't shake. And now it's up to offensive coordinator Jason Beck and Kyle Whittingham to tear that down, to build him back up even stronger. Because we all know that Bryce Underwood is one of the most raw, naturally talented, and gifted quarterbacks that we have in the country. I think this coaching staff is going to be able to unlock it. Do I think he's going to win the Heisman like he promised or said he wanted to? No, not really. But do I think he can lead Michigan to 10 wins and be one of the dominant factors as to why? I kind of do. And I don't think that means, hey, he's throwing for 350 passing yards a game. Like, that's not what I think that looks like. But I think it looks like moving the chains on third downs, being a threat in the run game, making the easy plays, and once in a while wowing you with something that you just don't see very often from a college quarterback. That's how you measure success to me, is the wins for Michigan.
And yet last year they won 9 games, so it'd be one more win, and you didn't feel that great about Bryce Underwood?
Exactly.
But also, wouldn't that be a reason to be like, I mean, if we're measuring it based off the wins, 9 wins in his freshman year is pretty good. But yet we left the season being like, man, it felt like there was so much more we could have gotten out of Bryce Underwood.
And they still found a way. Like, I view that as, they still found a way to get to 9 wins when Bryce Underwood was pretty mediocre. Okay, the schedule's a little bit tougher this year, but if he's just like good instead of mediocre and you have a legitimate coaching staff now, I don't see any reason he...
Sure, I guess I'm wondering, is this a Bryce Underwood topic or a Michigan topic? Because based on, like, Bryce Underwood could be mediocre, but just the improvement in coaching and roster, they could win 10 games, right?
Sure.
With this logic.
Yeah.
And yet we could still be like, but Bryce Underwood, like, he could have unleashed something else where they could have been better. They could have been 11 wins. They could have went deep into the college football playoff.
Yeah, I think that's plausible as well. I also think that if Bryce Underwood's doing what they ask him to do, that's all you can really ask for as a fan, right? Like, I'm not going to be, if they're not asking Bryce Young to throw the ball 40 times a game and they're saying, hey, like, throw the ball 17 times a game, you're going to run the ball 7 times a game, be efficient, and let the offense kind of run through the running backs. Like,
$12 million quarterback?
I know.
Number 1 quarterback?
Mm-hmm. If it leads to wins, Michigan fans aren't going to care, though.
I guess, yeah, you're right. And that's the part that I've just been trying to wonder is how much are they going to rely on him? Because this has been a Michigan program that has not relied on the quarterback, and they have a pretty good rushing attack. Like, they have those weapons that are there, but they also haven't had Bryce Underwood. They haven't had the number 1 quarterback who was starting as a freshman and now into his sophomore year has these high expectations. And we're doing the whole, well, could he get into Heisman conversation thing? Like, is he a top X quarterback in college football this season?
I think the best way Michigan's...
I just wonder how that's balanced, you know?
Right, and I don't think they should be asking him to do... Like, they shouldn't ask him to be in the shotgun every single play and drop back 40 times a game. That's not his game, and I don't know if it ever will be at the college level. I also don't think they should just never give him the ability to make plays, you know? Like, to me, and I know it's easy to fall into this trap in 2026, but, like, the RPO game for him... making decisions simple and simplifying the offense and creating advantages for your offense, like that's how you get the most out of him. Because if you can somehow create an advantage for him, or these designed rollouts where he's rolling out to his right or left, and all of a sudden he's in open space and can utilize his ability not only to throw on the run but take it off and use his legs as well. Like, and you go back and watch some of the tape of him taking off beyond the pocket, you can't tackle him. You just can't do it. And that was last year when he was 18 years old. What's going to look like when he's 19 and 20 and gain some muscle, gain some grown man strength? Like, that's how you get the most out of him, is you get him in open space.
He looked like a grown man when he was 16 years old.
Correct. So, like, I don't want him to just sit in the pocket, or I don't want him to just hand the ball off over and over again. I want him to be able to be a playmaker, because at the end of the day, that's what he is. I also don't want them to ask him to throw the ball 40 times a game. So, like, there is a fine line of how to balance this. And I kind of believe that Jason Beck and Kyle Whittingham are going to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, they have a good history of it, and they also seem like logical people, which is probably the
Adults.
most important thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And
not psychos.
Yeah, not creeps. Not total weirdos who are borderline stalking.
I mean, we got to remember what Bryce Underwood's path has looked like. We're not just talking about Sharon Moore. Connor Stallions was added to his high school coaching staff in the playoffs of his senior year of high school.
About that.
I mean, if that's being allowed, clearly things haven't been great on the coaching side of things for Bryce Underwood in the last several years of his career since becoming a really good quarterback prospect.
I totally forgot about that.
So, yeah, I think that now that there's some people that are, not fake people, some actual guys with brains in charge, I could see things going pretty well for him as well.
989-837-6125. This is the Ben Bosscher Show live here on the Mitt. We'll get to the news when we come back. We got our 3 traditions to close out every show as well, all coming up to close out the show. Randy's Green Thumb, they've been proudly serving the Midland area with family-owned friendly service since 1982, offering everything from fresh floral arrangements and vibrant house and outdoor plants to expert landscape and interior plant services. They also design, maintain, and install beautiful gardens, ponds, trees, shrubs, and more, helping both homes and businesses thrive with greenery that lasts. Visit Randy's Green Thumb at Poseyville Road and bring brilliant color, life, and inspiration to your space this season.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mid.
All right, welcome back in. This is the Ben Bosscher Show. We're live here on 100.9 The Mitt, and Kyle Sando's about to hit us with the news.
The Mitt's Morning Catch.
Make sure you lead off with this Pete Thamel update.
Uh-oh, Ben. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Pete Thamel news.
Yeah, Pete Thamel ESPN notification.
Pete Thamel CMU breaking news. What from Pete Thamel? The Central Michigan Chippewas have named Angel Flores their starting quarterback for week 1. He'll start the opener at New Mexico. They also plan to play quarterback Jaden Glasser.
Yeah, here, I got to be careful. Look, man, I'm just not a fan of playing two quarterbacks. Just not. Play the better guy.
Okay, anyways, we also have a guy infiltrating our YouTube chat saying, go USC Trojans.
Yup.
You know what? We welcome everybody.
By all means.
Welcome to the show.
Go Trojans. Yes. Like the horse.
Like the war.
Like the Odyssey. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Odyssey. That's true.
I got a text from my brother like 2 days ago. He's like, dude, I finally saw it. Best movie ever.
Finally saw it?
Like, how are you just now seeing it?
Honestly, it's still better than Sarah, who hasn't seen it.
Not listening.
Sarah, you seen the Odyssey yet?
Sarah, have you seen the Odyssey?
Dude, every time I say Sarah's name, my phone thinks I'm saying Siri.
You're just missing out.
I'm not
Honestly,
saying that.
If you haven't seen it yet, I don't know. Just go see it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best movie I've seen in years.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's get into the news. Community calendar presented by Bresky Siding and Building Repair. The Loons have won 2 games in a row since coming back in this final homestand here at Dow Diamond. And even bigger, they came into this series not in first place. Right now, they're 1.5 games up because the West Michigan Whitecaps, they keep losing. So the Loons have a 1.5 game lead. We've got a game tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, the last 4 of the season at home. In the regular season, at least, for the Loons. We're hoping for some playoff baseball coming out to the ballpark.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming up. We got Thirsty Thursday today, which is half off beer. We've got Star Wars night tomorrow. We've got Dogmen night Saturday. And then we've Michigander night as well.
Dogmen are coming back.
Yeah, and then we've got a carnival on Sunday for the final regular season.
Crazy.
Homestands.
Speaking of, we were talking about the USC Trojans. Well, their quarterback, Jaden Maeva, was named a top 10 player in college football from ESPN. They ranked the top 100 players. Top 100 in college football coming into this year.
Wait,
Who is number one?
Okay, I was going to say, can I just guess like the top 5?
Sure, but I don't think you're going to get it, but sure.
Probably not. I mean, it's ESPN, so is it Arch?
No, Arch is not in the top 10, actually.
That's good.
Arch is like 13th, I believe.
Yeah, I told you this, maybe
13.
it was yesterday. Like, I'm kind of going into this college football season a little bit more blind than I normally am. Somewhat intentionally and purposefully, so I can like watch every game with completely unfiltered thoughts with no preconceived notions, because that's what I always get mad about with the AP poll. Like, oh, well, this team's 0-3. Why are they still ranked? Oh, because they started out number 2. I don't want that to happen to me this year, so I'm kind of going in blind. So I honestly don't know if I'll be able to do this.
That's why I said I don't think you'll be able to.
Give me it.
John Henry Daly, by the way, is the highest ranked Michigan player at number 20. So that's
Really?
pretty good. I just want you to guess who number 1 is.
Is it a quarterback?
No. You can get number 1. I mean, just think who's the best player in college football.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith. He's number 1.
Where's like Ryan Williams? Where's Nick Marsh?
Let me keep scrolling for Ryan Williams. Scrolling.
He's got to be a top 100 guy, right? He was incredible as a freshman.
Well, I'm into the 40s.
Is it bad that my fantasy team name this year in my Dynasty League is Suffer Now, Smith Later? Because I already know I'm going to get the first pick. That's how bad the team is.
Nick Marsh is number 53.
Oh, nice. Nick Marsh ahead of Ryan Williams? Man, Ryan Williams
I don't even know if he's going to be in the top 100.
What happened to him? He was so good.
He made the cover of the game, and that was basically it. Unless I'm like, I just scrolled past him on accident. He is not in the top 100.
Command F, brother.
There is a Ryan. Oh, yeah, he's number 99. Wait, he changed his last name?
Yeah, he's 2 last names
He's
now.
Ryan Coleman Williams?
Yeah.
He's number 99. So he clearly just threw him onto the list for stuff. Justice Haynes, by the way, former Michigan running back, he's number 92. Can you just guess who the highest rated quarterback is, though? The highest rated quarterback is number 5 on the list. It's
Dante Moore?
No, it is not
Trinidad?
Dante Moore. It is Trinidad Chambliss, number 5. How cool is that, man?
Well, let's share with the audience what we were chatting about pre-show, too. Between Bryce, LJ Carr, or CJ Carr, Trinidad, and who's the last one? Dante Moore.
Bryce Underwood.
I thought I already said Bryce.
Bryce, Dante Moore, CJ Carr, and Trinidad. Those 4.
All from Michigan. 4 of the top, 10 quarterbacks in the sport going into the season.
Pretty awesome. Like all Michigan guys that played high school in Michigan at one point too. Like super awesome.
1 point.
Well, I think all of them actually did their entire career. Unless CJ Carr left his senior year, he might have. But most of these guys, no, he actually definitely did not play in Michigan his senior year. But still, very cool stuff. That potentially the 4 best all from the States. Okay, and then we got another list. This one you're going to be able to get a little bit better.
Thank God.
Athletic. This is something I kind of wanted to save for Around the League, but Around the League it's jam-packed over the next week or so. So this is better. The Athletic has dropped the top players 25 and under in the NFL. We do this for Detroit. In the NFL in general, the top players 25 and under. Who's number 1, Ben?
Best young. I mean,
who's number 1?
This is tough.
No, it's not.
Is Drake May? No. Caleb Williams?
No. Drake May's
25 and under?
Yeah, Drake May's number 11.
Penei
Sewell is number 1.
Penei Sewell's got like a month left on this list.
He's number 1. The craziest part, though, you said Drake May. He's the best quarterback on the list at number 11. There's 10. Really? He doesn't even make the top 10.
Is Will Anderson 25?
Will Anderson is number 6. Number 6? Like that? Number 6?
Gibbs, Bijan.
Neither of them are in the top 5.
JSN?
Bijan's number 9, and Gibbs is... Where the heck is Gibbs? This is a crazy list.
JSN? Is he on here?
JSN is...
Okay.
I mean, this is a crazy... I'm just gonna read it.
Yeah, just rip off the top 10.
Penei Sewell, Jalen Carter, number 2. Brock Bowers, number 3.
Okay.
Kyle Hamilton's 4th.
Yep.
Trent McDuffie is 5th. I did not know he was still 25.
A little high, but okay.
For sure, because Derek Stingley's number 7 behind Will Anderson. Puka Nacua, number 8. Bijan is number 9. Sauce Gardner is 10.
Okay.
That's the top 10. Gibbs is 14th. JSN is 15th. That is a crazy list.
ESPN just...
Yeah, well, this is The Athletic.
Oh.
But just a ton of good talent under the age of 25, of course, in the NFL. Yesterday, speaking of some young talent on the Lions, St. Brown and Aiden Hutchinson were playing golf with Dylan Larkin on YouTube. Huh, interesting. Dylan Larkin maybe trying to improve his image a little bit ahead of the hockey season.
Clearly.
Is that what's going on here?
Or it's just a couple of Michigan guys going at it.
That could be it as well. St. Brown and Larkin were on the same scramble team, by the way. I think that's pretty cool. Another college football news. Thomas Castellanos, we remember him from playing quarterback at Florida State.
Yeah, in Boston
and
College.
at Boston College and at UCF.
I
Let's
didn't know
add
he
another
played at
school.
UCF.
Yeah, let's add another school to that mix. He commits to Texas Tech yesterday. The
What do you
Red
mean
Raiders.
yesterday. What? People are still transferring yesterday?
Yep, he just committed yesterday. Well, he's part of the 5th-year thing.
Oh,
so he got a
okay.
5th year, never went to the draft or anything. So this is a legitimate, he is allowed to come back with the injunction thing. I guess I don't know.
How do you join a team a week before games?
You got to remember, Texas Tech, they've been looking for their answer at quarterback for the last couple months because Brendan Sorsby is not allowed to play.
No way this
guy's
guy's
So you know what? They
starting
bring
week
in
one.
Thomas Castellanos.
He's going to learn the playbook in 1.5 weeks?
Probably,
That's crazy.
right? I bet I would assume he's their starting quarterback.
That's nuts. Imagine repping as the first team guy all spring, all off season, and then just some random guy joins the team and everybody's got to adjust. Wow. I don't like it. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Last thing we've got here in the news, NBA news yesterday. Another one of those guys that might have been a restricted qualifying offer type of guy, signs a new contract. Jonathan Kuminga signing a 2-year, $12.4 million deal with the T-Wolves. So the Timberwolves now lineup looking pretty nicey going into next season. LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Jonathan Kuminga, and Rudy Gobert. Is this a top 3 team in the league?
Ooh, in the league?
In the league.
I'm going to say no, but in the West, yes.
Yeah, I think they're pretty clearly the 3rd team in the West.
Yeah.
Top 4 team in the league.
Sure. I'll whatever the number is, I think they're in the contender group.
The Knicks obviously probably deserve to get the flowers over.
And healthy Philly is just I don't even know what to make of them. They're amazing.
That's a good point. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe basketball's kind of coming up too.
Let's get to football first. let's let
Man,
week
we're gonna
one get here first.
Imagine how spoiled we're gonna be in 2 months, man.
We'll never run out of content.
It's gonna be unbelievable. Don't worry, folks. We're getting there.
989-837-6125. Our 3 traditions to close out every show when we come back here on 100.9 The Mitt.
The Ben Bosscher Show, built by Bresky Siding and Building Repair on 100.9 The Mitt.
It's time.
All right, welcome back in. You know, here on the Ben Bosscher Show, we got 3 traditions to close things out. The first of which is our lock of the day.
Lock of the day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
Okay. Lock of the day today. We did not hit yesterday. We had Max Clark. We thought he would stay hot after Tuesday night hitting a home run, and then the Tigers got 2 hit.
You could have done Tigers 2 plus hits plus runs plus RBI. I don't even think it would have hit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
Yeah, they're bad. Today I'm going, I mean, there's no Tigers on. I don't really feel like betting on a random baseball game. I'm taking the Indiana Fever to win by 16.5. They've been killing teams as of late.
By 16.5.
Yep, that's the spread. They've been killing teams as of late when they play up against these crappy teams in the WNBA. I mean, there's so much.
Who are they playing?
I don't even remember.
You don't even know who they're playing.
There is so much. Like, there's such a gap between the good teams in the WNBA and the bad teams to the fact that the playoffs have already been determined and we're a month away from the regular season being done. So it's not really a surprise when these spreads are big because the playoff teams kill the teams below them.
Yeah, that should be the fact that their playoffs are already set with like a month left in the season.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. How do you not just end the season? I mean, obviously I know you can't, but like I would rest everybody, right?
You should. I mean, think about it like this too. You should have started the season earlier so that the championship is being played like right now before football starts. Because once you start going toe to toe with football with your playoffs, you already lost. Like, you lost. If you want people to watch your sport, and this is why they need a new commissioner as well. Wait a second.
The Fever don't even play tonight. They play tomorrow night. He didn't even know who they were playing, and they don't even play tonight. It's all right. I'll still allow it. You just have to double up tomorrow.
All right. Yeah.
Unless you do an on-the-fly change.
No, I'll stick with it. I'll stick with it.
I'm fading.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy doesn't know anything about his own bet.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm like the Lions fans. I don't know anything about anything.
That's a good point. How can I even copy what he's got anything going on?
Most of you guys don't know really much about anything.
Yeah. That's our lock of the day.
Lock of the day.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
All right. Next up is our game of the day.
Game of the day.
All right. Let's check the MLB schedule for today, since we know the Fever aren't playing in the. Oh wait, we got some NFL games on today too, don't we? Yeah. Let's check. Preseason week 3. We got Pittsburgh and Buffalo tonight. Ooh.
Are any like decent quarterbacks going to be playing?
Yeah, Shador.
No, Shador is going to play.
Yeah, I think it just has to be that. I can't wait to see
what
Shador
happens.
Sanders.
Patriots, Browns, Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito's still in New England?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's for sure the game of the day on Prime Video.
We're going to get some Mendoza tonight, probably.
Ooh.
Against whoever's alive for the Niners.
Mac Jones?
And we're going to get a little more Mike Washington, who might be the running back for the Raiders for a couple weeks.
You know what? I'm choosing that. I want to see Mendoza. I'm choosing
Yeah, I mean, our final quarterback battle will be decided tonight.
I want the 49ers versus the Las Vegas Raiders, 8 p.m., ESPN Unlimited, as our game of the day. I want to see Fernando Mendoza.
Drew Aller versus Kyle Allen in Steelers-Bills?
Ooh, Drew Aller's picking up a lot of steam right now. There's actually some good games today in preseason. A lot of good quarterbacks. Intriguing quarterbacks, I suppose. I'll ultimately go with the number 1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza. Give me the 49ers versus the Raiders at 8 p.m. as our game of the day.
Game of the day.
I got 2 words for you. Steve Nash and Chris Paul. Must-see TV.
I'm undefeated, never lost.
Okay. Here's the deal. Nobody picked up a point in guessing Collins Open yesterday?
No. He did like a dynasty NFL, like Patriots-Chiefs thing. Just one of those days when no one was ever getting right. Like, even if you would have said the Chiefs, I don't even think it would have counted. I couldn't even tell.
I don't even know what he
was.
opened with, yeah.
Yeah. So the score remains 70-68. I believe it is your turn to go first today. Yes, it is. I have a good pick today. It's in my head. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything.
Anything about anything?
Did you see Pete Crow Armstrong absolutely lose his mind yesterday in the Cubs game?
He
over
was
the
going
blown
nuts.
balk or the missed balk. It was a really bad call, yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. Man, what should I go with today? What has happened in the last 24 hours? Or is it just like pick a random team territory?
Could he lead with Skubal tomorrow? Like the Skubal Tigers thing? Could that be a lead tomorrow? If nothing else is going on?
Maybe.
Probably not.
Probably, yeah. I would say no. Man, I don't know. I'll just go with Mendoza. Give me Mendoza.
No,
yeah,
that was
give me
my
Mendoza.
pick.
He's plays again tonight.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know why you're mad about it. That's a good pick. Noah wants the yeah. There you go.
Sure. Why not?
Taking requests.
This is yeah. We'll take requests. This is really the audience's show when you think about it.
Yeah. Dang. He led with Mendoza Thursday, Friday last week. The day before he played and the day after, or the day of and day after. He probably just does that today and tomorrow as well. So that's what I was going to pick. That's frustrating. Now I have to pivot. I don't think he's going to talk about the U.S. Open going on right now. So what else could he talk about? He's got to pick another NFL team. Oh, Shadur's playing tonight. I'll go with the Shadur and the Browns. Maybe he goes with that. I'll go with that. Especially if he leads with Shadur tomorrow if Shadur balls tonight. 100%. But I'll go with
what if Mendoza balls?
I know. Who does he pick? I think he picks Shadur, even though he likes Mendoza more. Mendoza is now one of his guys. Like when we talk about the guys, it's Caleb,
Mendoza.
Mendoza's now there. JJ used to be in there. He's not anymore.
JJ wasn't everybody's.
As
guy,
far as
though.
like the things to the random things to choose when you don't know how to pick, Mendoza has become one of those. LeBron, obviously, Caleb Williams. It was Mahomes, but Mendoza has taken his spot.
I mean, he kind of talked to Mahomes yesterday.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Shadur.
Shadar Sanders. Sure. Yeah, sounds like a good pick. Okay, that's pretty much going to do it for us today. We appreciate everybody for being part of the show. It was kind of a fun one today. It felt loose. Felt like a Friday. You know? You're just kind of
that's why you picked your lock of the day as a Friday game.
We was just goofing around.
For real.
So, yeah. We'll be back tomorrow.
Gonna be even worse. Just kidding. There's no goofing around tomorrow because I'm going to be going at Tarek Skubal all day tomorrow.
Yeah, 'cause Kyle's pissed. Kyle's going to be booing Tarek Skubal on our show. Like, 7 hours before the game even starts. He's going to be booing him. I don't think he gets booed tomorrow. I really don't. I really don't think Tarek Skubal. I think he's going to get a nice warm welcome because the Tigers are already out of this playoff race and we miss him again. That's what I think. But yeah, hopefully you guys tune in tomorrow, 9 a.m. Be there. Don't forget it. You won't forget it if you subscribe on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe there. Hit the notification button. You'll get notified when we go live. And then our Facebook, you'll stay up to date on all the latest stats, stories, graphics, news, everything. You like Michigan sports, you'll like our Facebook page. 32,000 followers and counting. Instagram, TikTok, that's where you can get our exclusive video content. Should be some good stuff on there later on today. Nice reel this morning about Michigan and Michigan State, their expectations. So some fun stuff coming up. More fun stuff tomorrow. Join us here at Dow Diamond for the last regular season homestand for the Great Lakes Loons this weekend. Hopefully we can see you here. It's the Ben Bosscher Show live here on 100.9 The Mitt. We will talk to you guys mañana.
The Ben